Like he
go.
Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Somebody better tell BK there's no such thing as a halfway crook. No shot. I don't want to hear it. I do not, BK. Don't come with that trolling stuff. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it after today. No, sir. No, sir. Hey, Ronnie, what's going on? Good to see you. You'll hear about Moon Knight later. I think we all know where that one's going.
I liked it, BK. We'll get to it when we get there.
There's nothing. Look, it's a very fine show that has nothing to do with superheroes. It's all. They should just call it Batman. You know what I mean? Well, Batman's not really a superhero. Neither's apparently Moon Knight anymore. All right. Speaking of BK, you've arrived early. Yep. No apologies for you. All right. 4 Deadly Venoms. Good to see you. Thank you for your input last week too. I really did. You made a good point. I think we brushed over it on the Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier thing because he's a vet too. And he said, for the vet, when you're a vet and that side of you, and yeah, he's right. Like I guess. It really was good for that. So, but good to see you. 4 Deadly Venom. Catch that show last week. If you didn't, we had a great fun time. I'm very curious if Marco enjoyed this episode. This is like waiting for the main fight. I'm not saying the episode's bad. I'm just telling you that. Matrix and comics, good.
So it's going to be like your Batman review.
No, I didn't.
Seems like you really didn't like it, but
no, it's 100% different. No. Batman. People forget. I love the villains of Batman. I'm glad that there's a second one coming. Like I'm happy with that. Obi, good to see. Obi, I was just, you know what? Too much Ben, Obi. I should have called you. I was down at Ben's today. Should have called you, and then I forgot. But then I was going to, but then I forgot. Sith Rule, yo, what's going on? Joe. No forthwithing anything. Sith, good. Joe, hey, what do you got? Oh, no way. Joe, do you know one of my favorite DC
favorites?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Was it Showcase 32 or whatever? I got it all. I got the showcase version of it. I got the early, the late, the return of the Creeper. I got the whole 9 with the Creeper, dude. I love it. That's how Joker should have really been. Kenneth, good to see you. Sticks. Rash Agul just showed up. There you go. No apology. JP. Muna is more.
What are you talking about? Oh. It was Sticks. I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay, we will talk about how you call something. Why? Listen, that's great. Good stuff, JP. But it's called a superhero show. So, like, if you go up and order a cheeseburger, you sure as shit don't want to get a vegetarian biscuit or some shit like that. I don't know. But, like, I want some meat. I want a cheeseburger. I don't want Beyond Juice but
whatever.
All right.
What it reminded me of, it got me rewatching. I put WandaVision on after I was done as my background.
We're not getting into it already, are we?
No, we're not. But I'm just saying.
So I went to Astronomicon. I got some videos. I did some new editing. We'll talk over a little bit. Crazy stuff going on there. It was actually really cool. We will go around and look at those, see what that's about. We got some news, obviously. Corban got some DC talk because he paid $8 for a book I would have paid $1.29 for on a Tuesday.
Wow, took the wind right out of my sails.
I'm just saying, good thing you can return DC books because that one's a return. But he's gonna do 2 reviews of comic books. That's good. I'm glad we're gonna get in. No, we should. I actually want to hear your opinion on it because I really did. I started reading the book, and I usually don't do this. If I read the book, I take it out with me. I read the book, and then I looked at the dude at the LCS, and I went, I'm sorry. I know you're not supposed to return these, but I didn't technically buy it yet.
So
let me put it back over there.
Oh
okay.
My gosh.
Mm-hmm. So somebody
you want to start with shop talk?
Yeah, let's get into it. We always do. We always start a little.
All right, let me hit the button. I want to try it. I'm gonna hit the button.
All right.
You went to the shop, so you can tell us about this. I wanted to go to the shop.
I went to a couple shops.
Day job, it was kicking my ass today. I had no time, so I got to go tomorrow.
Edge, the funniest thing. Okay, so first off, the 2 biggest complaints was, holy shit, how many covers are there for Spider-Man, and for Justice League or whatever?
The Justice League have a lot. I know how to feel.
I think it was like 4.
Yeah, but it's an $8 book with 4 different colors. I mean,
mind you, they really Joshua Williamson for DC. Obviously, the Prelude to Dark Crisis, but this was like a big friggin' deal. Now, was it actually a big friggin' deal? But they wanted to market it as such.
Yeah,
I was so naive to the price point, Marco. I'll tell you this more in the review. But like, I saw the book, picked it up, looked at it, went okay, walked up with my other book, and they said that'll be $13. And I went, what?
I only got 2. I don't got 3.
I only got 2 books. What makes 13? And that's when I found the price. So
yeah. So like I had started reading it because they were like, "Yo, you're gonna pick that up." And one of them, I talked to the Rob brothers, Rob and Rob, and I was like, "What's up? Anything good?" And they're like,
"How are they brothers if they have the same name?"
They're not fucking brothers. They're not. I just call them the Rob brothers.
Okay.
You couldn't have 2 more different. You couldn't have 2 more different dudes that are more the same. Like they just love comics. Like, I mean, I don't want to get into their like whatever, but they're both named Robs. And one time at the shop, I said, "Yo, tell the brother Robs I say what's up." And somebody goes, so they would whisper, and so I kept doing it as a running joke. And then finally, this guy broke down and goes, "You know they're not brothers? Do they look like brothers?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude. I mean, I think everybody knows they're not brothers. It's just funny.
They have the same name too.
They hang out all the time. They come together. They buy together. What's her name? Heather Antos. They're part of the dungeon crew that used to play with her and go to college with her. The girl that did, she was the one who created Gwenpool and did Dr. Afra's based off of her thing character. And then she did the milkshake. They know her from the famous thing she got was because she took a picture of some females and they're all drinking milkshakes. But yeah, it's part of that crew. So there were 2 Robs and they still come out to that LCS. I still go to that LCS. So we hang out and they really know a lot about it. Then they were raving because they like X-Men. One of them does, one of the Robs. So we were new X-Men coming out. I grabbed this. I don't like them both. I grabbed the Scotty Young, the Shadow Star, Scotty Young.
What's the other Rob like? Is the other Rob more of like a Vertigo guy or something like that?
No, they both read a lot. So like, yeah, he's a lot DC, but yeah.
Well, you said they're opposites. So I was trying to balance it, counterbalance.
Oh well, I mean they are, except for so like X-Men Rob loves like the White Queen. He loves like all the big boom
I can relate. All right, it's fine.
Well, you might be able to relate, but I'm not sure he can relate. And then but the other Rob on the other hand is kind of like more of the action guy, but then like, I mean, it is what it is. So there you go. Anyways, but they're great dudes. I mean, really great dudes. And they read a lot. Like they read a lot of books, so you can always talk to them like how a series is going if you want to finish picking it up or whatever. So did that. Then they were like, obviously they were going to read the band. I think one of them was buying it. Originally, they used to buy like one. What they used to do was go buy one copy and then they'd go sit at the bar and they'd split up what they were going to read and then switch it at the bar while they were reading back and forth. But then like they couldn't talk about it till they were done. So then they just started reading them together or whatever. So you got a Joker glass too. So I did that.
Yeah, for today I felt, you know what? I'll rep the DC side and go with the Joker glass.
I went down to Big Ben. I went down to Big Ben's to see what was left over in the long boxes. I passed on maybe a couple of the Spider Women pregnant issues, but the ones, but I definitely went and grabbed some 4s and 5s because they were like $1 for the variants.
Did you were able to grab the Wrestler book, or were they already gone?
Which Wrestler book?
The Friendly Neighbor. I mean, we'll get to it once we get to.
Oh no, I already had those. I've already sold those. You're out of pocket if you're still trying to grab those out of LCSs by Wednesday. Thank you for your support for that. And then as I was leaving, somebody goes, "Yo, you might want to grab. Do you have left Jedi books?" I said, "Yeah, list them. We already have them listed." They're like, "No, we sold those." I was like, "List all of them." And I guess people don't know what the language is.
For Tales of the Jedi.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, Corbin, you're a literary person. So how about this? What would anthology mean as far as a literary term describing a series or a TV or movie show, something in media?
Like, we're trying to describe what that would be, like a loose collection of work, like collected or
like not one story. It'd be like one shots. Maybe.
Yeah, a loose collection of work connected by like a common theme, so like a mystery anthology.
So if it said Star Wars anthology, it'd just be random ass stories.
Yep, all connected by being Star Wars. You might have a Luke Skywalker centric story, one from the Rebels, and then one from the view of Darth Vader. Boom.
So I mean, like that's a good day to get rid of some of those books because you're definitely not going to be talking about Nad. we're not going to have a fucking NAD. I mean, we might have one story, but
hey, Freedom NAD.
Freedom NAD is not the Freedom NAD revolt's not coming.
Freedom NAD uprising, but I think it's
after,
not. Is it not?
NAD after the
like
third one.
NAD,
after the third one. Speaking of that, tune into Star Wars, by the way, because we'll
get into it.
We got something for you guys. We already, because if you listen to JJ like a month and a half ago, he said this is going to be an anthology. If it's true, the rumors on the street, and I don't know who. Usually it's, people got rumors, but like JJ had got tapped in on this one. And he said, it's going to be a animated anthology. And he was right. It's come out today, supposedly. But who knows? It was a slow day. So like, maybe we're the one that's slow. There's a ton of shit going on. But like, for some reason,
nothing really.
There's no Star Warsy. So Star Warsy, the Star Wars rumor came out. That's an anthology. So we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. I would advise you, if you have those books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get Mother's Day's coming up. You know what I mean? Get out there, get the massages for your old ladies and for your mas.
Do what you gotta do.
I gotta tell you,
I
hate this time of year.
Why?
You know why? Because within the span of 8 days, for this next upcoming 8 days, it's my brother's birthday, my father's birthday, my mother's birthday.
Are they adults?
And Mother's Day.
So it's gonna be expensive.
Time out. Slow down. Are all those adults?
Oh yeah, they're all.
Yeah, you don't buy any of them.
No. We're going out this weekend. We're gonna buy a nice dinner,
this is what you
lunch,
do.
Whatever. Like we're gonna go out to eat, like for celebration.
You go find out where a nice little day spa is. You go grab a couple $100,
we don't do day spas. We're gonna do Brazilian steakhouse where you can just keep eating.
No, but you give it to the what? Yeah, you give it to the mom. For you, your brother, and your dad. I'm saying for your wife.
No.
And your mother, you give them, just make sure you give them to different ones, just in case. Because even if they like each other, they don't want to go to the same day spa. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. This isn't for mother. This will be the birthday bits.
Well, both. You got to do
it. Will be covered this weekend. Mother's Day.
You're doing that for yourself. You're going to Gasapo's or whatever, the Brazilian steakhouse for yourself with side of Hot Pockets on it. I mean, that's
no Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets. I also got some pickups. I got something really cool at that con. So when we talk about it, I'll probably show it off. I know Pete saw it. I think he's pretty cool. Corban, I hope you. I don't know if I put it in the tax show chat, but hopefully
so. No, I don't think you did. I don't think you put in the I think you put in the Star Wars one.
Leftover Zaggy's here, so there we go. It is. I know it's turning into a Dear Abby letter. I hate it. I do. No, BK. I really am. I will tell you one thing. I don't hate Moon Knight, and I don't hate birthdays. But I think if you're an adult, like you know what I mean. Like after 21. What's the point? Like,
I don't.
This is your birthdays. Your birthdays should be from the age of. You should have birthdays from like birth, 1 to about 8 or 9, maybe 10 at the latest, and then you stop till you're like, you give 16-year-old maybe birthday, 21, and then you kind of just, The word. I mean, it's not like you did anything. If your mom wants to have a birthday party for her, if she wants to throw you one, you can let that happen because she's the one that birthed you. Your dad, he had some business to do with it. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Celebrate them.
That's an odd stance to take. Let's get off of this crazy ass birthday.
Oh, it's not off stand. All right. That's what was going on at the LCS today. We could do, what do you guys want to get into? You guys really want to go this fat? Let's get into news before we get into
I wouldn't mind playing some skee ball, but
skee ball.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
It would be fun. I love skee ball.
Yeah, best gift. There you go. Joe got it.
Oh, they're talking about Chuck E. Cheese. Oh. That's where it came from. Anyway,
do you guys like the pizza at Chuck E. Cheese? I don't have a problem with the pizza at Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know why everybody else.
I haven't had Chuck E. Cheese in years. Peter Piper over here.
Hey, what's going on, Chef?
Peter Piper pizza.
Yeah, I don't like any of the.
We used to have this Little Caesars like bootleg Chuck E. Cheese. It was like a bootleg.
How do you bootleg? Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. Chuck E. Cheese was like we could afford Chuck E. Cheese, but like every once in a while we could go to those. Yeah, no, it was. Little Caesars had a knockoff Chuck E. Cheese. It was called Little Caesar Land or Little Caesar Land or something like that, and it would have like a cheese thing in the wall that you could do. It had like a half-ass ball pit. It was like a $5 hot ready, bro, but for like, it was good. I mean, it was cool.
Did you get your bat calzone?
No.
I know I didn't have it.
Showtime. Was that what it's called, Joe? Was it Showtime? Or was that different?
That sounds familiar, actually. What? That does sound familiar.
Well, Caesarland. That's what it's called. Obi. Was it?
I don't know about Caesarland, but the Showtime for some reason is ringing a bell.
Yeah, Showtime too. Hey, Caesarland though, Obi, was that? It was right. Like that's how it was. It was like the knockoff version of.
Yeah. See, Corban, they stopped doing this kind of stuff by the time you were a kid. They didn't have.
I was about to say, I've never heard of Caesarland or no matchups like that. Like, what is this world? Strange new world, right?
It's a creepy world.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, who's that guy hanging around who doesn't have a kid here? Oh, don't worry about him.
He's
right. Oh yeah, no, but now from what I hear, so like Little Caesar, what was it? Chuck E. Cheese used to be like the higher class one. From what I hear now, because Florida got a bunch of them, and they have to stop serving alcohol because it's Florida, and all they do in Florida is get in the news, and they just get in fights and drink and get in fights all the time. Showtime was early Chuck E. Cheese. It's the same thing. Okay, so there was a Showtime. And then turned into Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
All I remember the name Showtime.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go to a lot of those.
I didn't go. It was far. It was like a hike. I was like, I don't want to get the car to drive that far to that.
Okay. Well, anyway, Corbin's depressed now because he never got to go in a dirty ball pit that smelled like stocks and garbage.
It just symbolizes party. It's like the first pizza party place I ever went to. I was 18. I was a waiter. Like I never experienced
out anything, dude. I remember one time. So this is the other thing. We weren't allowed in the ball pit because one time we went in the ball pit and there was a dirty diaper in the fucking ball pit. My parents are like, "Yo, we let you do some wild shit."
Use Band-Aids and diapers in the ball pit. Let's go.
Ball pit, dirty ass diaper in the ball pit. Can't come. I just remember it because I was like so stoked because we didn't have birthday parties, so like I was so stoked. We got invited to one. I think it was probably about 10. I was like, shit, I'm going to the ball pit. And parents 86 that real quick. They're like, nah, dude. This is
you thought it was.
like, where's the diaper? Like, yo, my parents would let us do some wild shit. But like when it came to gross shit, they're like, yeah, no, you ain't going.
Oh, that's a shame too. Because at 10, you could be doing like some super suplexes into the ball pit.
I live in Florida. Some of us, some watch YouTube. Yeah, you know not to go outside. It's like the third ring.
All right. So you want to shift over to the news?
News it is. I think we've given
let me run the thing so I can get ready.
$2 pictures at a kid's place. Yeah, I can see
that's some shit right there.
Ed, thank you for saying hi for the algorithm, Ed. Chef, I hope I got you. The leftover, always good to see you. All right, let's get into
that's a party right there. $2 pictures.
What were the shots? Zaggy, tell me shots were $1. Like they were at the con. All right, next up.
All right, so we got our weekly update for today. What is it, the 27th of April? Starting off, as we always do, over at the box office. I got to check things out, see how everything's doing, and pretty slow week.
Waiting for multiverse.
I guess so, because the Bad Guys steals the top spot. And, well, they say Fantastic Beasts tumbles, but that's only here. Internationally, it's still doing all right, so it's just not doing well here. But nothing was really doing all that well. I mean, look at these numbers. 24 won the weekend.
Sonic's still doing solid, I guess.
Yeah, Sonic's not bad. I saw Sonic last week with my son. It was actually a decent little, kids movie, but it was entertaining.
See the Bad Guys too. The Bad Guys doesn't sound terrible, like on DVD or whatever.
Yeah. I would sit and watch that. Cool. I also want to check out The Northman still, but
that was dark.
I know. I was, but I don't have time. Like, I don't know.
I will avenge your father. I will save your mother. I don't know.
Those 823 movies. Like, I don't know. They intrigue me, but I never go.
What's that? Yeah, with $2 pictures, parenting peaked at $6. All right. Well, so the fantastic. Yeah. How many Harry Potters are we going to? What is that? Like the 8th Harry Potter movie?
Well, no. Well, I mean, it's a separate thing from Harry Potter.
Affiliated. Yeah, it's separate.
Affiliated. That's what I'm saying.
There were 8 Harry Potters to begin with.
There's 8 Harry Potter movies?
Yes.
There were, yeah.
Oh, shit.
There's 7 books, and they split the last book into 2 movies. So there's 8 movies for the original Harry Potters. And then really Fantastic Beasts was going to be 5, but so far
Did you ever hear the deal they made? Those poor people. They made a deal where they were like, yo, we'll take after profit points. So what they did was they screwed them, and they made it that they'll never get profits out of the Harry Potter movies. Like they defer it to like production companies and everything else.
Mm.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's
All right.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Northman is the best thing out there, huh?
That's what we had at the box office. So let's still stick in the realm of cinema and get to Marvel stuff first.
Saggy, how do you know that, and why do you know that?
Does this matter anymore?
No, I don't think
we
so.
all expected this at this point. Yeah.
Does anybody
It's not the same thing. So who cares? So hopefully people aren't still buying books based off of it, because
they are.
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. And I'm going to be doing a lot of you shouldn't be today as we go through some of the news and some of the things that you guys are all spending money on.
Buy this horse shit. We all are bought it for $1 and selling it to you.
Hey, I know. I'd love to do it too. I probably
buy this horse shit.
I should take advantage of the market too, but
we're on the street. There's some Illuminati VHS, so look out for those.
Hey, Andre. Like 16. Hey, guys. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Andre.
We'll appreciate it. So there's that. So we got that little bit of news that, yes, that they are the Illuminati, apparently. But we also got news that apparently Feige said they're planned out. They got 10 years planned out.
Yeah, that's what I always say. This is
I know they know what they're doing. They're not going to throw money away. They know what they're
doing. This isn't like a backyard, thing here. Let's go.
I wish they would take more time to develop maybe a little bit less, like focus a little more on a couple at a time and then lay it out. But I guess it's good to have all your movies planned out. Marvel hasn't had movies delayed or pushed back, so I'm not worried about that. But I do think had you had more time and care, okay, let's this character is immediately going to tie into this one. Like, they've done a good job of keeping this like serialized storytelling, but I think the TV shows have suffered because I don't think they've had the same type of attention that the movies have had, other than the fit cogs that the movies will then pick up. It's like TV shows are more of a vehicle to let's cross this box, and this box off that the movies then can pick up and continue. Then I feel they've been progressing. That's my own personal.
I was thinking more of like the TV shows giving them a chance to do more of like separate one-off things that could loosely tie in, but not have to be.
Yeah, I
talk to the
the main property,
the main timeline that you're working with.
I also think with watching Netflix crash and burn, and now going to have hardly zero to no content on it. Like, that was one thing with Disney. They need more content. So, like, do you care that it flows as much, or do you care that they push out more content? I guess you get one or the other. You don't get both.
That makes sense.
I guess I still don't know why Netflix is crashing. So I mean, yes,
I don't even know who
lost
Juke
subscribers,
is.
but that really wasn't that big of a hit to me. It looked like, I don't know.
Steve, who's Juke? By the way, what's up, my bargain comics? I don't know who that is.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Steve made a comment, something about Juke. Jeffrey Albertson, so they're probably talking about Nico because that's who's Jeffrey Albertson. I have to ask,
well,
if lots of the scenes in the trailer are
we already left the Android dungeon, so
they might be
the Android dungeon again.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Since we're talking about things that are just moving books, well, Spider-Verse is apparently going to have a pregnant Spider-Woman in it. Jessica Drew. Who knows? It'll probably be like a 2-minute little bit of the movie. So does that mean we all need to go buy the books? I guess. I don't know.
What did she wait? Didn't her Nick Cage? I can't even do it. Did Luke Cage have a baby? Who was telling me? Somebody said that her and Luke Cage had a baby or some shit. I was like, you mean Jessica Jones?
No, that was yes, that was
Jessica.
What happened?
No, that was a misinformed alert that some folks might have gotten that were telling you to go buy.
Oh, an alert from the thing.
Came out 10 years before. That was a different person. Jessica.
That's what I said. They go, you don't get it. I go, no, I don't get it. Why are you telling me Jessica? It's Drew, right? Like, not Jones. They're like, yeah, you get it. And I'm like, okay, well, so I was like, I didn't get it.
Different people.
I get it now. Yeah.
Jessica Drew, my favorite character, said no one ever.
No, absolutely. Well, now everybody.
Well, they were supposed to be the same character. That's, I think, the funny thing, because I didn't.
Yeah, they did have a lot of crossover. Yep.
So she's like, I'll make a new person.
Not VHSs.
No.
Steve said it. No way ever.
Somewhere else. There's a whole channel you can go and watch stuff about VHS.
They couldn't crap out stuff like Thor. Oh yeah. I will tell you this. If you look for the kid's out, you know what I mean?
Yes,
there's good variants for that.
But that's kid out, but
there's some good books and variants for that. So like, it's cool if you can get them dirt cheap, I guess.
If you get them cheap, sure, but don't go hitting this market. Don't go paying market for stuff like that.
Is that what we're doing now? Wasn't it one time first kisses and now we're doing first time pregnants? Is that what we're doing? Pregos?
I guess we're going to do trimesters. I guess we're also going to be depending on.
I mean, I hope you sold them. Sold them. Nancy Drew, yes, Nancy Drew, pretty much.
And the
Shout
Hardy
out to
Boys.
CW. Shout out to CW.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking of which, if we get to the Hardy Boys, in which we can tie into wrestling. Speaking of a wrestler, this book.
Yes,
ridiculous.
thank you. It's been a beautiful
This is some
week.
straight up not. Why are you people spending? We're gonna get to it later, but
I'm so annoyed by this.
I don't understand.
Spider-Man 2099 is right there, but no, let's do El Muerto.
Oh yeah, no, that the people are paying. You know, you could get, dude. Somebody told me a couple of these sold, and somebody told me, you know what you got for these for sold. Do you know what other books they did a comparison? We should have done a comparison of what other books you could have bought.
You could have
for what the people did. Yeah, Marv, for both of them, this one and the other one.
I played this game. I played this game with my wife last night. I was like, honey, listen. Yesterday, this book was $1. If I were to now tell you that this book features the first appearance of a wrestler who gets magical powers from his luchador mask,
which I love,
a Spider-Man villain that appears in all of maybe half a dozen issues across all of his timeline.
Don't care. Awesome.
They're going to make a movie about this guy, and it's going to star Bad Bunny.
I don't know who Bad Bunny is, but I know that
now say, you know what? $1? I'm going to give you 100 for that. That's some straight up nonsense.
I don't know who Bad Bunny is.
He was at WrestleMania No, not WrestleMania. SummerSlam.
Still don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
He's a rapper. You've seen him in the Corona commercials. Yeah, probably seen him, but
whatever.
He actually tried to be. He did well wrestestling.
Don't hate on overpaying for this book. It's a beautiful thing. I got 2 more I need to sell. Okay, it's a beautiful thing.
Good luck to you
for this crap.
Somebody's going to buy it.
Yes,
but it won't be me.
Might be right
hopefully not anybody who listens to me.
If you just see me leave, I'm just going on vacation. All right, next up,
well, we got a lot of announcements of things we know we're going to get. So
because we got the cinema boots on today. Yeah.
So I don't think that's a surprise.
Cinecon.
I mean, we just know we're going to get it. So
he made a music video with Booker T. Is this true?
Yes. Yeah. He has a song called Booker T. Like a song about Booker T.
Okay. All right.
And then put Booker T in the video. The dude, he's legit a WWE fan, and he really tried when he was actually wrestling.
Zaggy, stop. All right. What was that about? Venom 3 confirmed, right?
Yeah, Venom 3 confirmed, as well as a Batman 2.
Awesome.
Officially announced.
What villains do you want now in Batman 2? Corbin, go.
We gotta keep it grounded, so maybe Black Mask.
You want Ewan McGregor back?
No, you're right. But I mean, if we're gonna flesh out the Penguin more, I don't quite want the Joker, but I still want like street level crooks, like crooks that you can just.
What do you think about
what if we get the Creeper? What if we get the Creeper?
Ooh,
the Creeper. We get the Creeper and Penguin.
Leave the Creeper alone.
I love the Creeper.
No, the hot, not the hot. I mean, the story that I've been reading that makes sense is that they need a new DA now, so we're probably get a Harvey Dent. Does that mean we're going to get a Two-Face?
A good Two-Face? Could you imagine a good Two-Face?
Yeah,
I'm hoping for a good
Two-Face. Lights out. Me too. Yeah. I like it.
And Quarter Owls is always one that's going to be able to be there.
That would be cool. That would be cool too. I would be into that.
Yeah. Code Red says, "What's up, Code Red?" Code Red says, "Freeze, a good freeze." I think but the TV show did an okay freeze. I kind of think we need a real good. If you're going to do Penguin, do a Harvey Dent that makes sense.
Well, I really want to stick with the mobsters and the crooks and Gotham being cleaned up and
Steve Horn, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I
don't know.
Hey, we do have Kite Man news coming for you later, Horn.
I don't know.
Probably they teased it. Probably too soon for Hush.
Yeah,
I had to. For
Puppet Master. Okay, Puppet Master. That's all right. Damn.
You mean the ventriloquist?
Hold on now.
Could be another one that could tie.
Let's do a poll, and then we'll maybe we'll do some type of tier list. Maybe we'll have
that'd be good for
My Bargain Comic Steve Horn back on, the legend that he is.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be fun. There's a few that you can go and do. Yeah.
Victor Zaz.
Zaz would be Victor Zaz. Yeah. Anarchy.
Yeah, but Zaz, I just want to see Zaz. You can't. Can you do Zaz?
Well, he can't be the main. I would make Zaz the big bad villain. He'd be more like Penguin was to.
Yeah. Just all of a sudden you see him trying on.
Exactly.
We've had Zaz.
I like
Scarecrow too.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm saying, like, can you do comic Zaz? Like, because it's great. It is really how they did the Riddler, where it's not just a clown jumping around in a green suit with a cane. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you.
So
It's reinterpretation.
All right, but we'll see. We should definitely do some with the looking
Scarecrow.
ahead for that.
Ronnie, I like Scarecrow, but I think we got to do that further down too.
My man, Dean Winchester apparently wants to play Batman in a live action anything. He doesn't care. Like if they do even a CW show, hey, if the Gotham Knights show needs a Batman, I'll be the Batman.
You could hey, replace Sparkle Pants with him all day.
No, Pattinson's fine. I like Pattinson.
No. Replace Sparkle Pants. Let's not.
I like Pattinson.
Stop lying.
Yeah, no,
I'm fine with Pattinson.
You guys want this is what you're doing. You guys are You guys are Thor 2ing this. Do not Thor 2 this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't Iron Man 3 this, guys. I'm telling you, we got something good here. Make it better.
Pattinson did an amazing
job.
Get
rid of sparkly pants.
Pattinson did an amazing job.
Bring in my man here.
Watch the first 10 minutes again. Obviously, need to be reintroduced. Watch the first 10 minutes of it again.
It's on HBO Max now.
Oh, when he walks down the stairs, no, it's garbage, trash.
No, the first 10 minutes from the voiceover to when he finally appears is gold. Like Jensen, listen, I like him. He's a great Red Hood.
TV Batman.
He could be a TV Batman, exactly. Another property. No, why mess up a good thing?
Because this is a good thing.
We don't even know if he'd be better. We don't even know if he'd be better.
Oh, I do. I know for a fact.
What proof?
Look at him.
Okay.
Did you see him on Supernatural?
Yes.
Did you see when the devil possessed him? You saw him go bad. You saw him go bad and do good. You saw him be a ladies' man, and you saw Playboy, and you saw him.
I just don't think he's clearly better. I don't think he's clearly better. It's like Pattinson did a decent, he did a good job. I don't want to say decent.
It's like you're watching a kid run around in flag football, and you're like, wow, he's really good. And then all of a sudden you want him to play semi-pro football. No, you just
it's like you're saying, listen.
You can tell that the kid's playing semi-pro football.
But you're making Pattinson you're making it like Pattinson was like a C+ and you could get an A+. No, Pattinson was an A. You might get A+, you might get lower, but Pattinson did a good job.
Pattinson was a C+ if you grade on a curve.
Okay, moving next.
Yeah, let's move on.
This one today. Wow.
No, he's good.
This is a bump up potential.
Why do you hate him so much? Why do you guys hate him so much?
I don't hate him. I love him.
Why do you guys hate him so much? I don't.
He's just not Batman.
I don't understand why you hate him.
I don't understand
why you hate him.
Batgirl. Let's go to Batgirl.
Batgirl might hit theaters now. I guess they're looking at money to be made, so they say, you know what? Why are we going to make this an HBO Max only? Let's put this in theaters first. So it might get a theatrical release.
It's possible. I know so little about this right now and how it ties in to the Flash, Batman, multiverse movie.
It's confusing is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, I don't really have it's okay,
because it's not going to tie into Pattinson Batman because while you might get Jeffrey Wright, I can see Jeffrey Wright being her dad. That Gordon, nope, it's the J.K. Simmons Gordon. So she's going to be in the Affleck verse, I guess. I don't know.
It's so
that is the one thing that DC needs to do. They need to clean that shit up and pronto.
Yeah, continuity is a problem right now.
Yo, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if you want to do separate things. You don't need to have Flash and Batman do crossover. But as soon as you try to start crossing things over, that's when you run into trouble.
Consistent with that, yeah.
Especially if they're popular. So let's say they do what's his name from Supernatural. Obviously, he'll be the most popular Batman. Then they do, she looks like she could be a popular, and you could use she will. And the Catwoman is probably going to be the most popular Catman from the Sparkle Toes one, right? So
no,
you got to put all.
This is why, because we know we're going to be getting the Flash, and that Flash is going to have Michael Keaton Batman. So there is our most popular Batman because everybody still loves the Keaton Batman.
Yeah, but I mean that's like Joe Montana playing for the Kansas City.
I'm just telling you
I love Joe Montana. I loved him. I loved him cheering for him on the Chiefs, but that don't mean it was good.
When we get our DA's Michael Keaton in this Flash movie, that's when people are gonna be like, "Oh, look at Michael Keaton." And I don't know what's so different about this logo. It looks like the same to me, but apparently this is the new Flash logo. All right,
it looks good.
I don't know. We'll see.
I
kind of like it spray painted on the Batman thing, but whatever.
Can we just get it out? Can we just have Flash? Can we do that?
I don't know. Well, maybe if somebody starts bullying people at karaoke bars and throwing chairs.
Well, you got to do it before he does whatever he's going to do next. Get it out of here. Let's go. Get Flash out.
Hey, moving on. I still haven't seen this other one. I haven't seen this one, but we're getting a sequel. So, all right. I told you this is where we're getting sequel news today. Today is all about the sequels.
Who watches this?
I don't know. I haven't yet. I will.
You know what? 11-year-olds, because my brother was like, "It was so good, you should watch." I still said no.
Really? Did he like it? I hadn't heard one person who actually liked this.
Well, he's 11, so that
Well,
is.
yeah.
Well,
Right.
I don't know. I didn't do my market research with 11-year-olds. Sometimes
it's like I said. I saw Sonic, and I thought it wasn't bad for like a family movie. My son's 9. He was like, it was the greatest movie ever. If you ask him, he's like, let's go again today. I'm like, no, buddy, we're not going again.
I agree. Best ever. Best Batman ever.
But I more Avatar. Anybody really care? You want more Avatar? But apparently people do. We're getting Avatar in the water.
I don't want this. Does
It's
anybody
the
want
Way
this?
of Water. That's the title. It's the Way of Water, and I'm gonna get you enticed. I'm gonna read you the synopsis because you're gonna be so excited and so stoked that you can't wait to get more of this. You ready?
Yeah, that's from the girl. Or that says okay.
Set more than a decade after the events of the first film.
Does anybody remember the first film?
Yeah, it was Pocahontas.
No.
Avatar, The Way of the Water, begins to tell the story of the Sully family.
Who?
The family. Apparently, the fake blue guy.
Sully?
Yeah, Sully.
Not Sully.
That Sully. Not Monsters Inc. Sully.
They're both. Okay.
The guy in the wheelchair who goes to pretend to be a blue
whatever.
person.
Keep going. Sorry.
Apparently, the blue person can have kids with Gamora, who's also a blue person, and they have kids. And then trouble follows them. And this is the lengths they go to keep their family safe, and the battles and fights to stay. I'm bored reading it. I don't care.
You know what? I was at Astronomicon and like something happened, and I was tripping balls, and like that's where I'd watch this. Like if I'm in the con trying to tell something, and I accidentally put my hand on something and then wipe it on my face, and then it gets in and absorbs through my eyes. That'd be the perfect time to be watching some Avatar 2. I think. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's it.
And I remember
like where time doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like where like all of a sudden, you can't get a job with the United States Postal Service and time don't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's when this would make sense. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I remembered seeing the first one, and I remember trying to rewatch it, like even somewhat recently in the last couple of years, and going, all right, I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna wait for a better scene. I don't really care for this bit. I'm gonna wait for, and I was waiting a while before I got a better scene.
If you ever read, hey, don't ever read the synopsis again because we're gonna lose people here.
That will be the last time. Don't worry.
It did. Add, no lie. Well, I mean, I'll talk about Astronomicon again. It's a special choice. Anyways.
All right, D&D. D&D gets a title.
Oh my god! I mean, okay.
Honor Among Thieves. I don't know what.
Can you believe how smelly and dorky this is gonna be?
I don't care. I'm going to go see it.
Once again, I agree. My point. Yes.
Critical Role, Vox Machina got me all D&D'd up in my mind.
That's
like,
nobody knows what you're talking about. Nobody.
It's because I gave you check
Does
it out.
Your wife know this?
My Amazon.
Did you say like does she know this? And then you
check it out on Amazon Prime. Check out the show that cartoon I'm talking about. You just watch it. Just give me 2 episodes.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I mean I hear you. This is Corban. This is why I don't understand how he's married and you're not. This right here, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And then
you gotta find another weirdo.
He is the only person I know who is a Dungeon Dragon Lord Master ground person and is married.
But I'm not. I'm a wannabe Dungeon Master.
No.
Geeky person. I'm not even a person who plays D&D.
You'll leave Ed's gonna leave the house for D&D. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, tears make millions of dollars.
It does.
Yeah. Wow.
It rakes it in, but we are gonna have to wait a little bit for Mario. So the Chris Pratt Mario next April. So we got a year.
I can wait another year too. It's all good. All the years you want to wait, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not saying people don't love D&D, guys. I know there's a lot of sad people that love D&D. All right.
That's just Pratt. Mario just got delayed, so we got to wait a little bit.
Do you want Chris Pratt to play Mario?
Not particularly, but I like him better than Bob Hoskins.
In the original?
In the live action movie. Remember? It was Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. I'm like,
Don't you
got
dare.
a British guy and a Puerto Rican guy playing two Italian plumber brothers. This doesn't make no sense.
If we're going to have racist stereotypes, let's go all in on them. Let's go. All right.
Anyway, our last movie bit news. Come on, guys. You guys want to go see Barbie?
Yes. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
All my Barbie number ones are going to sell.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Yep.
Yeah, get the number ones, but don't forget, don't get those last issues. What is it, like 60 or something like that? Get the last issue of Barbie too. That's another one to go look for.
Calendars are in there. Make sure you saran wrap.
Yep. But anyway, there will be a Barbie movie coming next July.
Okay,
so we got a date. All right, we're gonna jump into some toys.
They're doing Robbie. No, I think you missed it. They're putting Robbie in that. Like, so the girl,
Robbie,
like,
you mean Ken?
No, go back.
What do you mean? Oh, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Yeah.
Oh, yes, she's Barbie. And Ryan Gosling's Ken.
I don't know who Gosling is, but like you're gonna have the girl.
Drive. You ever see Drive? That's a good movie.
Maybe, yeah.
Harley Quinn. In La La Land. A lot of people saw, but I didn't see that.
She's Harley Quinn though. You're having Harley Quinn.
Yeah, you're having Harley Quinn play Barbie. Yeah.
Okay.
But we're gonna stick with the girls, even though there's three dudes sitting here. Hey! We're talking about Barbie movies. We are also gonna talk about Boss Fight's bringing us some strawberry shortcake toys.
Dude, one of the things that sold at Astronomicon, strawberry shortcake original stuffies sold. Like the doors open, sold like that. A set of them, and the little guy. I don't know what strawberry shortcake is, but there's a little rainbow guy, I think, or was it Rainbow Bright? Rainbow
Bright's the rainbow one. Rainbow Bright's. These are the ones that they were little plasticky kind of toys, and they kind of smelled like scratches of like blueberry pie.
That guy, the rainbow guy, and these things, and like they sold. All right, fair enough.
Well, any of this stuff, strawberry shortcake, Rainbow Bright, your Cabbage Patches, your Munchie cheese, all that stuff would sell.
Because I don't have any D&D books to sell.
Anyway, we are getting a 40th anniversary. 40th anniversary makes me feel old as shit. 40th anniversary Masters of the Universe He-Man. Because I do remember getting these off of the shelf and getting psyched as a kid.
I bought the one where he's the one that he's on. What's his name? The Battle Cat version from Target for.
This one? I got behind me.
Yeah, I bought it for $5.
Yeah, these ones aren't bad. Yeah, I got these.
Yeah, it's like this guy, but it's on the Battle Cat. It's on Battle Cat, and it was the whole thing for $5. My kids love it, man.
I mean, this is just more of an anniversary. It's kind of in the it gives you the whole kind of a newfangled way to get your toys, I guess. But we did have G.I. Joe Pulse this week as well. So there are a lot of new Joes coming our way. Some of which I thought we already had, but apparently
Hasbro can do such a great job on G.I. Joe.
I don't know, but they did. They want me to buy all of them, is what they do. I already have this.
Come on, dude. Stay Guys with Timber. Are you kidding me?
I already have it. But I want this one because it's now more of a cartoon accurate Timber.
I've never watched G.I. Joe.
Oh, you're missing that. Well, maybe not.
Stay Guys, some of it. Now. So, like, it looks cool, but I'm not going to lie to you. The toys for me has always been something I've on the outside looking in, Marco. I'm looking at it going, interesting.
Yeah, well, you were spoiled. You had a whole different, level of toys when you were younger.
I had the Batman Beyond action figures, the different color ones, the blue, and the ones you never saw on the TV show. Anyway, I digress. Go on. I'm sorry. I'm just moving on now.
I think you broke all our hearts, Joe. I think you broke all our hearts.
It's all right.
Sorry, Joe. Right. Where do I watch it? Is it on Netflix or something?
No, it's not going to be the same for you now. It's kind of tough to watch some of these things for the first time.
No, I think you
later in life.
Get into it.
Okay.
It's a moment in time kind of thing.
I'll send you a VHS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not my place. I get it.
No, I'll send you a VHS tape. You can watch it on VHS. And
okay. I have to find some good value for that then.
But this figure is more like the car. As you can see, like the mask. This is like the version 2 Snake Eyes kind of figure, and the all white, Timber, as opposed to
no. Adam, what you do is you boot. If you gotta get the bootleg ones that are taped on VHS off television, with the commercials added, it makes more sense that way.
You have to watch it. I can't get some really expensive VHS tapes.
No, nobody's buying that shit.
No,
anybody tries to sell VHS tapes.
Walmart's gonna have some retro card backs for a different Storm Shadow and a different Zartan, too.
Is he sun activated?
I don't know. It didn't say.
It does not look sun activated to me.
It doesn't look sun activated. Because when we were younger, Corbin, the Zartan, if you left him out in the sun, he turned like a teal blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he turned darker. No, he turned darker, didn't he?
It was like turquoise. It was like a bluish, like, I don't know, whatever chemical they could use to change color.
Looks like now.
Then there's a pair of ninjas. I don't know what these are all about, but they look cool, so I'm probably gonna buy them. And then Sergeant Slaughter, who you had to mail away for originally. I remember having to mail away for Slaughter.
I got Slaughter. Big
Slaughter never looked like that, from what I recall. That was not the actual Sergeant Slaughter build.
I mean, he wasn't as jacked on the things, but yeah. That's what he looked like.
But he's a cool dude. He's a nice guy. We're getting some other oddball characters because these are Tiger Force. They're actually bringing Tiger Force back.
Tiger Force back?
Yeah, so we're getting a Tiger Force bazooka. See, what they did, Corbin, is after they released like 150 different G.I. Joe figures, they eventually said, you know what? We're going to repaint these, call them something else, and sell these shits again to kids.
Oh, wow.
We're going to give them like neon day glow colors and call this Tiger Force and put the stripes and shit.
Well, it was mainly their pants, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't like pants. Like you can kind of see it a little bit.
It was like their camel
stripes on the pants. See, that's different. Oh, it's tiger stripes in the pants. This is bazooka, and
bazooka's better
with Wakando.
Bazooka looks all right,
but still kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then they're also gonna have some just the Python Patrol, which was the villain side. They're redos. Just the infantry trooper, and then you get this Duke that had this badass motor. I remember the motorcycle.
Anybody like Duke? Cool. I always thought Duke was just kind of a grumpy.
Yeah,
old
Duke
man.
was just kind of boring, but that
with a name like that, cool. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Duke
was never my favorite.
No.
I always I like Flint better. I like the dudes with the green beret, the berets.
Definitely Flint. If you like Duke, there's something wrong with you.
We're not done. We still got some more, and they have some regulars coming our way. We're getting Dusty.
Yes.
Remember that figure?
Wait, no. You need soft goods on the back of Dusty.
You do need the soft. Yeah, you need there was a little cloth bit to his helmet when it was a little figure. And then these dudes were just cool looking.
Yeah, they're cool looking.
And they got swords. Like that's just
they got sabers. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy one of those. And then we are also getting Zartan. Is it his niece? Who is?
Somebody said it was his. I thought it was his niece. Somebody said it was his sister.
I'm confused now. I don't know if it's a sister or what.
But... Tom said it was a sister, but I said it was the niece because we were talking about something before.
Yeah, we're somehow came up.
Yeah, but there was this whole group that went with them, and did she?
Yeah,
tan
the Dreadnoughts.
Dreadnoughts, but did she tan too? And by the way, her weapon wasn't the saw. That was one of the other.
No, she might have. She might have turned the blue too, but they got the retro hair. They got the hair chase. They're gonna have like a variant figure for her with the OG little pompadour kind of mohawky.
Like the 90s
thingy.
Crocker, yeah.
But still, that's what I got. These are all the 6-inch classified big G.I. Joe toys.
Their cleavage area. There's a lot less cleavage.
I got some sneakers. Not a lot. There's not a lot.
G.I. Joe, hopefully not. I'm kidding.
No, but they're going to tie back into the girly thing. I found a bunch of girly stuff today. So if you want your Hello Kitty sneakers, you got some Hello Kitty Nikes right here for you.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know, because I saw them. I'm like, hey, I haven't done sneakers in a while, and there's nothing pop culture.
Trash me, and Pete is putting together Hello Kitty sneakers.
Yeah, Hello Kitty's Nikes.
I mean, what are we doing here?
They're $140 coming out end of May.
They're not. No, they're not.
This is another thing that's not my thing, but I know a lot of people like it. Maybe a younger generation than me, but Naruto is going to have some a Jordan collection. There's a bunch of different ones. I just put this up just kind of show something.
Like me,
but yeah, I think like Phil. This is more like Phil's speed. He was trying to get me to watch this.
What's Naruto? What is it?
I don't know. It's a generational
anime type thing. Yeah, it's like just after my brother's really into it. If you early 20s to mid 20s is your kind of thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I'm aged out. I don't really get it. But
I aged myself. I called it Naruto, and they're like, haha, it's not like that. It's Naruto. So there you go.
Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah. I know they're on Netflix, but $130 thereabouts. Again, a bunch of different pairs.
It was Zartan and Zardan. I think we're brothers and sisters. Zartan. Wait, what? Zarana and Xandar were the brother and sister of Zartan. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Xandar. The pirate dude? There was a pirate looking dude who came late. Anyway, Lego stuff. This was just interesting to me in that they're opening up these offices and apparently hiring a shit ton of people to do digital Lego stuff, which I don't know what that exactly means. I don't know if that just means they want to do more like the movie type stuff, or I don't know if you've gotten any like the newer Legos where the instructions are actually digital, like you could download it on the tablet, like and it's step by step instead of the
They also have
books.
interaction ones that haven't been doing too well digitally, but it could be like for the design thing, like the Sonic build that's out there. Like,
Yeah.
they like put that together digitally, and then they threw it, or they did something, then they scanned it digitally and put it together.
Yeah,
So
I don't know
maybe
what this is, but exactly. But there's just they're hiring a shit ton of people, and this new office is all about digital stuff for Lego. So
Cool.
They're looking ahead. These are all ones that we've talked about before. When they're saying these are all, I guess, coming available, like the Thor stuff, the Star Wars, those expensive ones. Only reason I put this up was because they also had this other one in there that I don't remember seeing before that we were us talking about, and that's
no,
this one. I don't remember us looking at this.
That's cool.
It is cool. Like you got the Mace Windu back there.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, a couple of battle droids, some clone troopers.
Not bad.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. You got the
$100 set, for crying out loud.
What's that?
$100 set with all those minifigures.
No. I mean, 262 pieces. It's probably going to be like maybe $30.
That's not bad.
I'm guessing they probably have a price, but my guess based off the piece
count, because there's too many troopers and there's too many droids.
It could be 40. Yeah, it could be 40. Like the Ahsoka one was it first? Because the Ahsoka had a tank with the clone troopers. That I think was $39.99. So this could be $39.99.
That same range.
Yeah, it could. That makes sense.
Because all the troop building. Yeah.
All right. The next and last bit that I have for our Legos is just some leak, apparently from some listings on a German toy retailer. So we don't have pictures, but I got names of stuff.
Okay, let's see what the names are.
A huge 18 plus, so that's gonna be one of those big sets like the Voltron, Optimus Prime. Like the big ass Optimus Prime, $170.
Like the Voltron one.
Yeah, like the Voltron. That's what I'm guessing. Like the Voltron.
Wow.
1,500 pieces. It's got to be a big set. That seems kind of cool to me. So big Optimus Prime coming. Marvel wise, an Iron Man Hall of Armor, which I thought we already had.
We do.
A baby Groot, which that doesn't do anything for me. It's probably like Baby Yoda, just like a little figure build. A new, I guess, Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum, because they already did one, so they're probably going to do a new one.
It's probably
going to be an
Advent
Advent calendar, which we know we're going to get.
But
then Star Wars.
Go ahead.
We have some Star Wars. We're getting Cad Bane's ship, the Justifier.
Why?
That thing's expensive too. 1,000 pieces. That's going to be like one of those $100 plus sets.
Oh,
which is not that big of a ship, so I don't.
No. What was it originally called? It wasn't originally called the Justifier.
No, but that's what they call it now. I forget what they called it initially.
Called Murder's Death or something.
Yeah, it was something. But there's going to be an ATST, which we've already had plenty of ATSTs. I don't know. Maybe it's just a smaller model. Obi-Wan spaceship and Obi-Wan Darth Vader. So these are probably sets that are going to be based off of the Kenobi show.
Yeah.
BD1.
Really?
A figure, like 1,000 pieces. So it's going to be like a figure thingy, I guess.
Okay. There you go.
Steve. Build your own BD1 for you Fallen Order fans. Just a spaceship from Kenobi. I mean, I don't know if they're just being vague about it so they don't spoil anything, but it's called Spaceship from Kenobi. An ATTE, which I'm not sure what an ATTE is.
All terrain.
I'm not going to guess on
that. Yeah. I know you're adding your depth.
I assume probably that has to deal with Kenobi too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like
depth entirely.
Yeah, Xanadu Blood. I knew it was Blood something.
And then an Advent calendar for them as well. Which, again, not a surprise. But like I thought some of these were interesting to kind of just take a look at. It's because of the blood, probably. They don't want to put blood in. Xanadu might even be copyrighted by, Jane Fonda.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
All right, and then we'll get to our last bit of news. We'll get to the streaming and TV stuff.
Okay.
And this one is just for me and Sticks, because we're going to start with Doctor Who. Tennant responds to his return rumors, but he didn't really say anything. He basically didn't confirm or deny whether he would be coming back to be Doctor Who again. He just kind of said, it doesn't matter what I say. The internet's going to twist my words to meet whatever they want it to be. Me saying yes, me saying no. So he didn't say anything.
Good for him. Whatever.
Yeah, but I'm still looking forward to more Doctor Who. Stranger Things. I thought this was interesting because we were talking about Netflix and their money. Do you know how much they spend per episode on this show?
How much?
Or they're going to spend? $30 million per.
Gee, it looked like they shelled out a ton.
Every episode's like a movie.
It's all they got going for them.
Well, a lot of special effects and, big budgets, I guess. Cast.
They don't got a whole lot else to look forward to as of right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, though. I am looking forward to checking this out again, even though they're splitting the season. I think it's, May, and then it'll come back in July or something. So it's not a long break, but there'll be a break between parts.
Yeah, if they're long for that long, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we'll see. And then as we were talking about Batman, you can watch Batman at home. I've been trying to convince my wife every night it's time that we can watch Batman now, or you can watch Batman now.
Yeah.
But then she goes, "That's kind of a long movie to start now. Like it's 3 hours, so unless you time it right."
Oh no, you can't say that because I said that, and then all of a sudden, no, you can't criticize how long this movie is.
You can't criticize.
No,
I'm just saying it's a tough sell to try to get her to watch it.
All I would say is tell her to watch the first 10 minutes, she'll be hooked.
But
hey, BK, where you at?
It is doing well. It is doing better than any of the movies that they had before that were day and date releases. Like this was out in the theater already. A ton of people already saw this. I mean, it's already made over 750 worldwide. Yeah. Like a ton of people saw it already.
So wow, that
more
is
people are watching this than those movies that first time. Hey, I can watch Suicide Squad at home.
It was a masterpiece, y'all.
What's that?
It was a masterpiece. Like this.
No.
Yep, you said, yeah, Pete. This is. I mean, it backs it up. That's crazy.
Yeah. Up next. This is for Horn. This is for Steve Horn. Kite Man is getting his own spin-off series from HBO Max. I guess it's animated. I still haven't caught up on the Harley show.
Yeah,
with it.
But Kite Man's getting his own spin-off. So
if you watch Harley Quinn, it's great news because Kite Man was the unsung hero of that show, and they really did him dirty at the end. So I'm glad that we're gonna give him some more time to shine.
There you go.
Especially
I still got to check it out. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, his love life was like mine. He did nothing wrong, and was still left at the altar. Look, anyway, moving on.
It's just one of those things because it's like more of an adult show, so I can't like watch it during the day. It's like I gotta watch it.
No, absolutely not. But
after
it is
hours,
my son's to watch. Yeah, good vibe.
I'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here you go, Marco. We got a little bit of Star Wars. I'm not gonna hit Star Wars heavy because we'll get to it on Sunday.
This always. I never understood this. Why would? Oh, sorry. Go on.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Apparently, Deborah Chow is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Said they never plan to include Darth Maul in the series. There was like a lot of like, rumors have it, and it's like, where? Like, did you? I mean, listen, I'm not even like the biggest.
Oh, there were tons of rumors.
But like, I watched Star Wars Rebels. Like that story was finished.
Yeah,
they introduced it. They closed it out. You don't need to build any more backstory that's not there.
Yeah,
and this shows that. Like, where was that idea? Like, just people throwing this into the ether. Like, like if you watched it, then you know that was never going to happen.
No. Yeah, I mean, he's right. He's right.
Corban's not even a Star Wars guy. It's a matter of content creators needing to create content.
Corbin, they got nothing to do. You know when our people were like throw stuff out because we got too much shit?
Yeah.
Like people would love to pick those scraps up because they got nothing to talk about ever.
That's ridiculous, man. It was so dumb. Like
it's all
this now. It's like, really? We needed that? Like, rewatch it again.
I'm telling you, man.
They even handled that perfectly. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, but that was it. But you summed it up exactly. You summed it up very perfectly.
That's one of my arguments all the time is why touch stuff. Like one of my arguments of when they did the Luke Skywalker scene is like, but the scene from Rogue One and the scene was perfect. Why?
Yes.
Don't touch it. Don't like if they redid this Riddler now. Like you can't redo what they just did at Batman. Like you can't.
Yeah, don't try to rehash it.
You know what I mean? Come on with something. Move it along. Try to hit that magic again.
And our next little bit, there's no real news around this apart from who is not cast. So apparently they cast somebody for Thrawn, but it's not the voice. So it's not.
Well, no, I thought we had him cast 2 years ago. Well, let's go.
Which is fine. I mean, he's older. It doesn't matter. But I'm not too terribly disappointed in this. But
no.
I will be if they do something weird and make him look as weird as the Inquisitor. Like, oh, let's make him purple and we'll give him a mohawk.
Yeah, I rather have
you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Don't redesign the character.
I don't want. Well, okay, no, time out. I want him to look more like the animated version than the Heir to the Empire version. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, remember the Heir to the Empire? It was like he was almost like a purplish blue, and he had like his red eyes were too red. It was almost Sithish red. Where he had like, I rather have this version. I think this version is brilliant, so I'd rather have this version.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm with you. But that's it. We're just not getting Lars. So it's all right. I'm fine with that.
No, you forgot one. Charles Soule, as Star Wars news goes to, and we'll probably cover it later. Charles Soule is now they promoted him to give him like a little bit more as a consultant. He's going to be a consultant.
Oh, what, like the comic stuff?
Yeah, from there.
Well, that's the thing. I skipped out on comic news this week because I was going to double up on things.
Now they're going to have him come in, and which is probably means that he's going to finally start working on High Republic stuff. That's what that means. Yeah. For all you people that think they already got High Republic stuff done, they don't. All right.
This is just a quick tidbit that there might be more episodes for Loki season 2 than what they had in season 1, which I think they had 6, or they have 8. Something like that. I don't know, but they might have a little bit more.
6, but it could be longer.
Hey, let me ask you this question: I have a problem with 6 episode seasons, but what if that's just a test? What if now the new way for streaming is instead of doing a pilot episode, we do pilot seasons, and every pilot season 6, and then after that we get up to 12.
I like it, especially when we see that some of the longer, like 12 and over the 18, even more so, have not been doing well. I mean, CW has a lot of things going against them, but look at the Flash. They had that first season perfectly paced, and now it's too long.
It's too long.
One story, this main thread, and you have so many filler episodes. Whereas you look at the Netflix shows, they had 13, and it was just one long movie. So finding the balance, I think this is
Netflix was still a little too long for what they were doing.
I agree. They always have one long
2
filler.
seasons.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, like, you do the little 6 and tease it out there, like, oh, let's give you all the backstories, and then we get boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Then you get a nice little 8-10 piece.
Straight piece. I agree.
Piece nugget in there. And
get the hot mustard.
All right, we're cool. Thank you. Ed said good idea. I'm putting it up there. Pin this comment. There we go.
Good idea.
Only compliment I'm gonna get all day.
I know we're all looking forward to Kamala Khan, but Ms. Marvel, I don't see how this is a spoiler. I mean, they're really getting strapped also for news these days, but I know we got could be a lockjaw appearance because of an episode title, but is it really news if we see Captain Marvel on the Ms. Marvel show? Like, that wouldn't be that much of a surprise. No, you know what I mean? Like, if she doesn't show up, I'm not surprised if she doesn't show up. But if she does, I'm not that shocked either.
I just, I was talking to somebody because they were asking about the writers of the show, which are local, and I saying like the themes in the comic books are very central, located to like this area because one of the writers from here, and and they said, "So are you gonna watch the show?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna," but like I'm kind of disappointed because they kind of went way, way, way younger than what I thought it should have been. I thought it was, as much as they try to like give themselves like cookies all the time about being so like in with the times and everything, like this was actually a comic book that really represented an area, and they could have done it easily, and instead they decided to do whatever they're gonna. Well, if it turns out to be Diary of a Wimpy Kid,
we'll see like, what it is. You give it we'll see what it is.
A little disappointed.
But you got your chance to be disappointed because
I know I will. Oh Lord,
here you go.
Okay. Well,
you have your chance.
I'll be right back.
All right, Corban. You give us a few minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna tell them we're gonna do the spoilers. We're doing it, guys.
Yeah. You want me to run the thing?
There you go. Give them the thing. We're gonna get into it now. This is
we have to with this episode because there's no way to talk about it without it. So
spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Warning. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my God.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
All right.
Okay.
Before you give your 2 cents on it, let me just put 2 things out there for you. 2 real quick things because I put them at the top of the slide deck, so I need to get them out first.
Sure.
One thing I liked, it was the mention.
30 minutes, Code Red. We'll see you in a minute.
One thing that I did like is the mention of his partner, Bushman. I like the mention.
I love it.
So I'm looking for hoping we get something there. No, that's a good thing that I liked. And then there was something that was disappointing to me. Again, I like this episode, but the one thing that disappointed me is that we did not get anything on Jake. Like, they kept building it up, but I was like, they didn't go back to it. Like, why
they built it up? I don't think they built it up.
They kept teasing it.
I think you're watching other people's stuff and you're hoping that.
No. We saw the extra sarcophagus, the third.
Oh, thing. That. But that could have been Moon Knight in there.
It could have been, but that's what threw me off about. That's again my only complaint with this episode. They kept talking about balance. You got to bring everything in balance. but they left out a chunk. Which how could you be balanced if we don't discuss this other part?
This is not the show's not about Moon Knight. It's nothing. It has nothing to do with Moon Knight. Listen, the show's supposed to be description of show, 3 words, not like the readout. It's supposed to be a superhero action drama. This is neither a superhero
hippo.
The birthing hippo for real. This is they even hit that. It is not a superhero TV show. It is not an action-packed TV show. It's a nice drama. It really is a nice drama. But you don't have to call like you could have Marvel.
Last week had plenty of action. I will agree with you. This week didn't have a lot of action.
No action. The action was
last week did.
There was no. It was so late. It was no action.
Last week they did. They were doing the whole mummy thing. They were running around in sarcophagus. There were mummies chasing them, and
my kids run around all gosh darn day. I don't call that.
There was action last time. They're solving puzzles. They had that. This was the Legion episode where we dove in.
No, it's a digital Moon Knight one. Okay. Look, the show to deal with like. Okay, if you want to deal with like people who've got mental problems, excellent. I don't know anything about whatever. I know people are now, if you say that, then they get all butthurt and send you messages that you should be more informed. Look, man, I ain't got time to be informed all that shit, and I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not making fun of people with mental fucking issues. It sucks, dude. I get it. Get it. You want to do a drama on that? Cool. Would I watch it? Maybe. Okay. Number 2, Egyptian history. They do a shit-ass job. You know what this is? This is literally the birthing hippo. You know what the job of this person is? To make kids safe when they come out. Boom! Happy birthday. She somehow now, because they think it's funny, because they think they're funny, they're not. Like, oh, well, it's cute. We can make it really funny.
Well,
like, she's not funny.
What did you think? What did you think of the there's different afterlives explanation and how she liked the ancestral plane? It's like, oh, it's a nice place. Like the tie that connects to other like.
Not only was that bad, you know what's also dumb? None of it makes sense, right? Like none of it like actually makes.
It doesn't have to make sense. You're telling me our comic books that we read make sense?
No. But she says, I'm going to direct you guys to open you up to get you to the path to go back in. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later in the same show, on the same show, 15 minutes later goes, oh, well, you guys, one of you bounced off, one of you didn't. So I'm not even going to try. Like, completely forgot that she said that she turned the ship around to get them back up. Like, they threw that out the window. Okay. Number two, you need a heart for the balancing, correct? These are one person, correct? How the fuck did you get 2 hearts out of one person?
All right, I'll give you that. But my problem is, where was the third heart?
Well, if the 2 hearts no, you keep asking like there's a third heart, which there should have been. Once again, big gap in the storytelling. Like that's a problem. This part where the actual illusion.
No, here you're talking about with the balancing, and there's the hearts.
Okay, yeah, dumb. And they have her because they think they're funny. They think she's funny, and it's not funny. Like it's not cute.
I don't know if it was so much that.
Yeah, no. They think they're cute. They think they're funny, and it's like the kid that smells behind you says one thing, like he accidentally farts in class, and everybody laughs, and then he starts trying to tell knock jokes that aren't funny, dude, and he like is laughing, but it's really not funny. Number 2, I really enjoyed the
how that you got Patrick on your side. Oh wait, no, I clicked the wrong thing. Patrick's on your side.
It's okay. The show's not hot garbage. It's an okay show under the under the prefix that it is not a show about superheroes and about Moon Knight. If you take that part out of it, the show's pretty good. But if you don't take that part out of it, if you say this is a Marvel superhero show, yeah, hot trash. Okay. The other part, I did kind of like the Insane Asylum part, looking at that. And like, of course, your heart's going to be torn for child abuse.
I like the idea when they were looking back, like at the 2 of these. I actually did like this. I like that the callbacks and like Mark is saying, no, don't worry about, don't go over there. Like, I don't know. I like the whole interplay between the 2 of them, the bouncing through the history.
Exactly what happened, and finally, I had a lot of friends that said good because he was there in Yanaka and stuff like that, and that's okay, cool. So we got that.
And then with all the dead, like you killed all these people.
The misconception is because he killed all these people. He acknowledged that he killed all these people.
Yeah, and I like that bit too. And he was like, what do you mean? Like, if you kill somebody, you remember them. Like he remembers everybody there.
And they call it Moon Knight, but Moon Knight really wasn't even in this again. I mean, they kind of, that was it.
Origin.
That does it. They showed one little bit. Oh, there it is. Moon Knight. There's your Moon Knight. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm fine with one episode of just not really.
Slowdown. Wait, one episode?
All right. In the beginning.
Time out. This is episode number 5. Now, this is what I've told you. Okay. I've said, watch out because they're not giving us Moon Knight. Now, in Moon Knight, I've calculated.
And I told you I was fine with that.
Here we go. I calculated the amount of time on the old calculator, the actual minutes out of this, out of we're doing 342 total minutes of airtime so far. There was exactly 8 minutes and 36 seconds of Moon Knight between that. So 300. What is that percentage wise? That's
Where was the QR, by the way?
It was, you showed it already. Go back.
Did I?
I pointed. You just don't listen. This is why This is why we can't take your opinion on Moon Knight series.
Where?
Go back again.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, on the floor map. Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah,
I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the street.
You've missed a lot in this episode, right? Because
I didn't miss a lot. I was looking at the street in that point. I was looking for QR codes. I only watched it once. I only had just enough time to watch it.
Yeah, it's exactly like this. Moon Knight. This is the back of tank of, like, don't tell me you're giving me buck of fat and you're going to be. It's all about.
I'm fine with it. I don't know how they're going to wrap this up, but come on, this didn't like.
No. And BK, you really, I know you troll, but you do owe me an apology because you said it was going to get better and they were going to get to Moon Knight. This is episode 5, and I said they're going to train wreck it at the end, try to shoehorn it in.
Dude, the whole thing with his brother didn't get to you a little bit.
Once again,
like emotionally, it just
that's great for some Lifetime drama daytime TV.
It is what it is. I was on board and in for this.
Pete, once again, you have to accept the fact that this is not a superhero movie.
I'm not, and I have already. That's what I'm saying. I already accepted that. I'm not arguing that part. I'm just enjoying what they are giving me.
Telling you this is, but that's not it. You're going to McDonald's and you're ordering. What do you eat at McDonald's? Do they serve?
I don't eat McDonald's. I told you about McDonald's. I can't eat that.
Okay, where do you go for fast food? You go to Taco Bell.
Taco Bell guy.
You say, I want the pizza that they just brought back, and instead, what they give you is they give you a McDonald's fish fillet. That's what they're giving you. Are you going like, well, the fish fillet is good. It's not. I mean, it's not what I ordered, but like, it's good. Sure, it's McDonald's.
See, but the difference. But that's what I'm saying. The difference between me and you in this point is when we went to Taco Bell, you wanted the Mexican pizza. I went going, I don't know. Let me see what they got. That's all. I was more open-minded going in. I think
it's called Taco Bell, and you don't expect some form of Americanized, fast.
I know. I know the point you're trying to make. My only point I'm trying to retort with was that I didn't have a lot of preconceived notions of what I needed.
Hey, you know what? I really didn't know what I wanted. I just drove through. I don't know how. Look, I don't know how drive-through works anymore. But I'd assume that if you went to some place,
all I'm saying is we've had so many different Moon Knight stories, retconning this, retconning that over the years. I had no idea what they were going to give us.
I said I don't want to watch 6 episodes to hope something comes in. You are now on the last gasp of hope.
You're still hoping. I'm enjoying. I enjoyed this part, and you didn't like the Lifetime bit.
Eating fish fillet at Taco Bell. Fish fillet at Taco Bell.
This scene when she was like,
I hope
she's not coming down.
I hope when Dungeon Dragon comes out, they fucking give you some shit like Barbie. I hope Barbie shows up. I hope it's a Barbie.
What I'm saying is, you're made of stone,
and you go like, "Well, it's a good Barbie movie." I didn't have a problem.
Were you made of stone when this kid's trying to celebrate his birthday and his mom won't come down because she blames him for his brothers? That didn't just go, just kind of hit you in the gut. Like, God damn, this poor kid.
You.
And then when she straight up at the stairs is like
railed Book of Fett, saying bad pacing. Incoherent storytelling
because this isn't paced badly. It's not what you wanted, but the story they were giving us still plays out.
You have to say that this is nothing what it's supposed to be. This is not.
No. It's nothing of what you wanted it to be.
No, Pete. It's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a
You're
Marvel.
Still going with supposed to be. I'm going with what they gave us.
It's a Marvel superhero show. You know what? It's not. A Marvel superhero show.
But why did you expect it to have to be that? See, that's what I'm saying. That's what you expected it to be. I didn't expect it to be that. Just like WandaVision. I didn't expect WandaVision to be what it was, but I still enjoyed what they gave me.
Pete.
Loki. Did you expect Loki to be what that was?
Did you just hear what you said? You said, I tuned in to a Marvel superhero show, considered called a Marvel superhero show, told to be a Marvel superhero.
Not all about superheroes.
And then I didn't expect it to be anything.
No, I didn't expect it to be whatever you wanted it to be.
I
had no expectations, is my point.
How hard is that? How hard is that to understand? My expectations were so low. All I wanted was a Marvel superhero show. What did they give us? Not a Marvel superhero show. They gave us a nice drama, but not a Marvel superhero show.
Define what your Marvel superhero show is then. Of the Disney Plus shows, which one is a Marvel superhero show?
All of them had superhero. Loki had Marvel superhero stuff to it. The whole end of the world, superhero powers, all type of crazy shit going on, galactic stuff.
Okay,
all that.
So do we not have? Do we not have end of the world, superhero powers, crazy shit going on here?
There's some crazy shit going on, but there's no superhero.
It's there.
There's
all right.
Not.
Continue.
You in timeout. You're telling me that 8 minutes and 36 seconds. You're gonna play that over 352 minutes. The 8 minutes and 36 seconds. That's no. A big chunk of Loki had superhero stuff in it. Almost the whole thing did. Almost like the entirety was a mythology of space, time, and superhero-ness. WandaVision, same thing.
Yeah.
Had magic, superhero, different worlds, white vision, all types of shit. Didn't have to follow comic books, just had superhero themes, superhero shit.
The last 3 volumes. The last 3 volumes and 3 attempts at a Moon Knight series in the comics, the last 3 attempts have all been about identities and personalities and like all that. It wasn't about superhero business, was it?
The Lemire stuff, which was crazy because, and even that had fucking Space Knight, Moon Knight in it. So it did have weird ass shit like that. And I get that.
This is weird stuff.
But Moon Knight's not in the show. One more time. You know what I expected to see in Loki? Fucking Loki. You know what I expected to see in Scarlet Witch? The Scarlet Witch. You know what the fuck? The one thing I suspected to see in Moon Knight?
What?
Fucking Moon Knight.
But you do.
Where is he?
You're equating him in costume with the character?
Where's Moon Knight? No. Time out. You said what? My expectations were this low. Moon Knight will show up in Moon Knight. Guess what they haven't done? You asked me in all the other shows. Falcon Winter Soldier. Guess who showed up? Falcon and Winter Soldier. Guess who showed up in WandaVision? Wanda showed up.
Yeah, but half the time she was playing a housewife through most of WandaVision.
She was there.
But fucking so is Mark Spector. No? Like she wasn't Scarlet Witch. She was Wanda. So we have Mark and Steven.
Man's got issues. Obviously, at this point, I'm almost all in on like, hey, send it back to Netflix. At least they could fucking put Luke Cage in a fucking Luke Cage show.
All I'm saying, I enjoyed this episode and I enjoyed this series. I know you may not. This may not have been what you wanted, but this whole bit with what his mom did,
you know me personally. My expectations are so low on all this shit. Literally so low that if you can't clear that low ass bar, you wouldn't be able to see me. I'm sitting down. My bar on this shit. I grew up with
you're just looking at it differently. That's all. It's just you were just looking for something else. And I get it. That's what I keep telling you. You were just looking for something else. But I'm fine with what they've been giving me. I'm enjoying this story.
Yeah, no,
I want to see it play out.
Grant, I would have no problem with it. If it was called Mark Spectrum, I probably wouldn't, or Mark Spector, I probably
yeah, don't get
Mark Spector, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it either. You know what I mean? But it's not what it's called. It's called Moon Knight. So at one point, you should probably, if you called this fucking Batman and you ended up doing a whole series on Robin when he was in the circus, would you not have a fucking problem with that?
But it's not Robin in the circus. This would
yes,
be like
it is. It's Robin
and be if they called it Batman and we were getting a lot of Bruce Wayne
one thing that I'm glad that they didn't. The one thing I'm glad they didn't do was make it Mark or make it Lucky that killed the dad. At least they save us that. At least they saved us that.
But
they should call this Vengeance. Yes, there you go. There you go.
So did Steven redeem himself at all for you in his sacrifice?
Oh, it was stupid. He shouldn't have been there. He doesn't have a heart. It's the same person. It didn't make any sense. And he didn't sacrifice. He fell overboard and then couldn't run. The only thing that
he was turning to sand like everything else. But none of it matters. Like, it's not going to hold because he's also not going to stay here in the field of Reed.
It is the whole point. And she wasn't supposed to deliver him here. She's supposed to deliver him back up, which didn't make sense. Now it's not even that they're not even putting Moon Knight in it. This back half, at least
she couldn't deliver him back up. She had to bring him to Osiris.
No,
Osiris
to bring him back up. What she said was, I'm turning it around to go through the gate to bring you back up. She didn't do that. He ended up still in the Valley of the Corn, in the reeds of the weeds, or whatever you want to call it. He still ended up in heaven. They even blew their own lines here. They're trying to get too crafty.
All I know is
what makes sense, Zaggy. Please, I will give a link to anybody if they can come on here and legitimately tell me, because Pete, you've done a terrible job of it.
Right now, you're not listening to me. You keep telling me what you wanted, and you're bringing Taco Bell into things. I didn't do that. You did that.
You asked me about every other show they had on there, and you asked me what's the difference, and I said Loki was about Loki, superhero. WandaVision, like it or hate it, she was in it. It was about
Loki is not a superhero first, and Loki is his name, no matter what he does.
Yeah, but he was a trickster. Was he in the show the majority of the time?
My only point is you keep saying like this is the Moon. You're saying it like we're watching a Moon Knight show. We're not seeing Moon Knight, but Mark Spector is Moon Knight. Stephen Grant is Moon Knight. They are in the show. It'd be like you're saying that we're watching some other person the entire time.
More than Moon Knight. The birthing hippo has been on,
but we weren't following the hippo.
Yeah, we're not.
We had scenes where we were following the hippo going on a side adventure of the hippo. The entire time the hippo was there, Mark Spector and Stephen Grant were there.
Pete, I'm sorry.
Moon Knight was there.
Disaster, and it is a disaster of a thing. And by the way, since they're not having a season 2, this is the other thing. Since they're not having a season 2, what's the point? This is 5 episodes in. Please, this is number 2. So you've gotten it completely wrong. You haven't seen Moon Knight. You have not clarified why we have a title called Moon Knight that has no Moon Knight in it. Now, number 2, I'd like to ask you this question. Serious question.
You're just not listening because you're just upset.
No,
you let it hit you in the field too much.
This is the second question I have you. What's the point? You're 5 episodes in. Please inform me at this point. What's the point? We're still doing backstory here? What's the point? You just said it yourself. There's no Jake Lucky. They haven't got the cab driver. They haven't done Moon Knight. What's the point?
I don't know what the point is yet.
There's no point.
We didn't get the finale yet. I don't know what they're trying to set up or what they're trying to accomplish yet with this story. All I know is I'm along for the ride.
And you still haven't gotten to. Hey, we're about to start. We're starting to hit the climax here. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but what you're saying, what's the point? Like, what do you mean by what's the point? If at the end of this, it's Moon Knight, he's one person, he's come to terms with who he is. I don't know what the overall story is for the 6 episodes until I see the end of it. But what I can tell you is that I'm interested in the story they've been telling me so far.
I think that's a rarity. And I actually think if you look, and I hate to say this, but if you look at the market, that this is an exclusive club of people that are maybe the chat gotta reconsider what they bought at a high price, because if you look at the market, I've never seen a book like White Vision got more staying power than these Moon Knight books did.
Well, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind it if Werewolf by Night came down. So I could buy one.
Oh, I get that. That's get out. That's a real
I know. Well, that's all I'm saying.
Not some just random book. Well, what you see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not sure that the opinion of Marco is so diluted. Like, I think I know
what you're saying, and there are plenty of people who are on the same page as you. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. That's fine.
around to use the gate. When they arrived, the gate, it was closed. She turned the boat around to use the gate. When they arrived, the gate, at the gate,
it was closed.
Okay. Whatever.
Well, it was closed. It was there. I do remember that.
No, she turned. Okay.
She went back to the gate. The gate was closed. She said it's never closed.
In reality, without all the rants and everything else.
And then she disappeared.
To go give birth to somebody. Leading up to 4, I was okay. It was all right. You know what I mean? We're going to be okay. This is not. No.
I know. Well, you don't like the Lemire run.
Well, I think it's overrated, but it's not just that the Lemire run's overrated. I think this doesn't have anything to do with the Lemire run. Where's Space Knight?
Well, who knows if we get Space Knight? We don't know how the end is going to play out. Maybe we get Space Knight and that's how he gets back.
One episode.
I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Okay, Pete, what I'm asking is, if we don't know at this point what's happening, like literally what the fuck is going on in the show?
I know what's happening.
A kid.
I just don't know what their overall goal is or their overall story is. Yes.
We tearjerker. I get it. The mental problem. Get it. What I'm saying is, if there's nothing, if it's so undefined at this point that I can't say, hey, Pete.
I'm not saying it's undefined. I'm saying it's not done yet. You can't ask for a book report without reading the last part of the book.
Yes, you can. You
can't.
3/4 book report with a pretty synopsis of what's going to happen at the end.
No, you can't, because, like, to your point, I don't know what overall story they are personally trying to tell with this story. I don't know if they're trying to tell the story.
A Moon Knight story. So if they're not telling the story about Moon Knight,
can I say what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Sorry.
All I'm trying to say is I don't know what story they're trying to put their pin in as this is the story we're telling. Amongst it being a superhero story, I don't know if they're trying to tell the story of a person dealing with the mental health problems, coming to terms or melding their personalities. I don't know what it is yet because we haven't seen the end. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is we were introduced to a character. We followed him along. We saw that he was part of a larger storyline with these Egyptian gods. Did you want more of the Egyptian gods? Did you not want more of the Egyptian gods? I'm confused of what more you want of this thing.
Yeah, I think how are you confused? I've pretty made it clear what I wanted. I wanted more.
You just wanted him running through the streets, beating people up.
It's an
You wanted to see him being Moon Knight.
Action superhero is what Marvel stamped this with. Stamp on it. Action superhero. Yes. You know what I would like? That's why I don't have a problem with Morbius. That's why I didn't have a problem with fucking Black Widow. That's why, because they stamp it with something and they say, hey, look, this is what we're going to give you. And as long as it's anywhere close to that, anywhere close, you know me, Pete. Fair enough.
I know, which is why I'm confused.
Because this is
why I'm confused.
It's not
how has this story not been an action adventure?
There's no action. There's no superhero. There's no action.
Up just to this, I'm saying, apart from this episode, you're saying the entire series now is suffering for this.
Yes, the action portion and the superhero portion is 8 minutes and 36 seconds of 352 minutes. How are you saying that it could be?
Because there was plenty of action that didn't involve him dressed up as Moon Knight. Was there not? Like, there was plenty of action with Steven. Granted, he might have been running away for a lot of it. And he might have been fighting along or running away without it. Then there was also Mark fighting the street thugs throughout, running through temples. Like,
he was walking around. They were looking in the desert. What's his name was giving big long speeches. There was no. They turned back the moon.
They turned back the moon, but at the same time as they fought all of those mercenaries that were coming through at that guy's stable when they were stealing the relic from the place. Like, Moon Knight was strapped. The guys on horses throwing spears. Like, did you forget all that part?
Yeah, it was literally 36 seconds. So what do you got?
What I got is that it's a television show on a television budget that I don't expect everything to be fucking Sokovia falling from the sky with 1,000 robot Ultrons flying around it, because that's not what we're going to get.
Pete, I'm the first guy to tell when everybody goes, that movie should be rated R or that should be dark or gritty. I'm the first person to say, no, it shouldn't. That's not what it is. This one should have been that. He hit it right up. Thank you, High Voltage Mark. It should have been more like Punisher. Punisher had mental instability in it. Punisher had a veteran story in it. We got the moral portion of it. They
went a different way.
And they gave us action in it. So, yes, that's what it should be. Thank you.
Well, because Punisher is based on a guy whose family was killed, You know, and he goes up against the mob the entire time. Like, there's not a lot there. You're just going to get grit because the entire storyline is built on birth from grit. And the whole point of him being Punisher is murdering.
I don't know if JP's ever read
you're murdering, the villains, the criminals. Yes, I know you want more Moon Knight. You wanted more of Moon Knight that we didn't see. You wanted to see Mark Spector being Moon Knight as the Fist of Khonshu before we got to this point. I get it.
This is a good question. So as a whole, the series leading up to here, I probably had in the 6-7 range. Because of this last episode, it's down to 4 or 5. It really is.
That's your call. That's fine.
Yeah, no, he asked. He said, "What I have it at a 5?" And it went to about a 5. Yeah.
Out of how many though?
Well, a 10. So if it was,
just clarify it and just make sure he knows the scale that you're discussing.
6-7 and went down to 5, 4 or 5. So
again, I'm not saying that this series is the greatest series in the world either. Don't get that twisted. I'm just saying I'm enjoying it. I'm still I'm about a 7. Not loving it. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to see where it's going.
Didn't say it didn't have a mystical point. I don't have a problem with the mystical point of it.
But that's the other thing they had to tie in. That's why it couldn't be as simple as, well, it should be as gritty as the Punisher. You also had to tie in goddamn Egyptian gods and all that craziness too.
You obviously didn't they didn't do the mercenary bits, and you didn't have to do the
I know. I'm not saying I would have loved to seen the Bushmen. I would have loved to see that kind of play out. I would have loved to see more of Moon Knight before.
That's just a name drop that he did it. I appreciated that. Like, I'm glad they did that. Like, that's actually a thing that I really enjoyed. Like, I don't think you have to do that. You didn't have to show him. Like, yeah, sure, it would be great if you saw him with his face stapled back on. Cool. Yeah. Do that. That's what I'm saying. You guys are giving me a hard time. Like, I need Moon Knight to be on 90% of the time and Bushman to have a state fit. No, I don't need that. I don't need that at all. I'm just saying, like, it's a good TV show for a drama, but it's not a good superhero show. Just give me a superhero show. You know what I mean? 6 for now, Black Ops. I don't think that's bad. Yeah. I mean, Black Ops. Yeah, I agree. 6 for now. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It was awful, and I'll watch it. I didn't say 10 out of 10, Joe. Get out of here with that nonsense. Yeah, I mean, can everything not be like completely terrible though?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, not everything has to be the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world.
Right. But at the same time, can we agree that if we want something better, we can voice that maybe it's disappointing?
And I don't fault you for that. All I ask from you is you can acknowledge the other side.
No,
sometimes you get too far on your going, what I want. I didn't get what I want.
I can't. Because
that's all I'm saying. Just acknowledge, hey, it wasn't for me, but if you guys liked it, fine.
The name drop was good. Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, like, can we just accept the fact that maybe like some things can be for certain people, right?
Yes.
I 100% always say maybe this isn't for me. Like right now, they're going to do the Miss Marvel thing. It's not going to be for me, and I'm okay with that. I'm still going to watch it, and I'll accept it for not being for me. This was supposed to be for me. This was my birthday party. They gave me the fucking candles. They gave me the cake, the whole shit caboodle. Hey, it's your 60th birthday party. And then I go to cut the cake and a fart comes out and some old lady poops on my face. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted for my birthday.
No, BK disagrees.
Yeah, BK's a troll. He's joking around.
So does Sal. Sal thinks it's a solid 8.
I don't know. Well, there's a
I mean, like, that's all I'm saying. And we're arguing the point because there are as many people as the separated as us out there on this, because there's people who hate this show, think it's the worst thing in the world.
Oh, yeah,
and that's not what you're saying.
No,
I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but I'm saying there are people who feel that way, as others are like, man, this is the greatest thing on TV.
Right.
And I don't see that perspective either.
My Moon Knight fandom thinks this is horseshit. Okay. The we have to set low bars for everything says this is not good. Like, it's not what it should be. It's not to the standard it should
be. But when you say should be, though, you're still going with your expectations.
Well, I think you should have at least a 7. Like, you should be at a 7.
I'm at a 7.
No, you are at a 7 because you're in denial. I'm
not in denial.
Hey, you know,
didn't have the high bar.
Denial in it.
I didn't have expectations of what they were going to give me. All, like I said, is I'm on board with the story they've
told. You were riding the boat with Birth Hippo on the river denial.
Hey, I'm not a Birth Hippo fan. All I'm saying is I was on board with all the other stuff going on with them running through the asylum, going through the different memories, bouncing back and forth. I was
Corban,
totally into it.
Okay, this is the last point.
All right, yeah. As I'm waiting to see if Corban knows when to come back, or if he
I'm
doesn't.
fine, just not really Moon Knight. An 8-run episode I'd agree. That's the other part that I'm.
Well, that's like a Falcon Winter Soldier problem right there. They needed 8 for that one.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying with this one too. That's the other. I have multiple. It's not just one issue. I have multiple issues with this. One, it seems like the story's a little bit too disconnected. Number 2, it seems like they forget sometimes what they're doing. Number 3, we've already talked about the Moon Knight issue. And number 4, like, sometimes you can just give us.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know how it's going to wrap up. I don't know how it's going to wrap up.
Adult stuff or R-rated stuff or dark, gritty stuff. Like, this is the one to do it at. Like, you should have done it here. Then they missed it. They should have. They really should have done it.
I don't think they were ready for that, and that's why I didn't expect it. I didn't expect them to do that because now that they have like the Punisher and things in their fold again, now I might expect some more of the gritty stuff to come. Now they got Hulu, they changed Disney Plus so they can have R-rated stuff on there now. Now I can see that happening. I didn't expect it for this.
Well, I guess the other thing is grand disappointment too, because they're not doing a season 2. I think I could live with this if
well, as a former smoker of Camel cigarettes, I would agree with that.
Hippo is the greatest animal in all of nature. It really is. How fast is it underwater? It can literally eat anything.
I know, it's pretty fast.
Lions are scared of it. It is the king of the jungle. It is also the king of the water. You a whale? Guess what? I'm gonna put my hippo teeth in you. You done? Oh, guess what?
Your favorite Lion Guard character too? I can't remember what her name was.
They bite a rhino in the butt and drag it in the water. Done. Alligator, just eat it. Done. Hippos are the best, and not in this. Obviously, they made it some goofy character. But
I can't believe we're an hour and a half in.
Yeah, hippos kill more people than lions. Joe knows. See, Joe speaks the truth, man. I mean, I know people like.
I'm trying to think. I watched a show where there was a hippo living in a house, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, you know what's his name? The drug lord down in took it over, like brought hippos down there, and now they've taken over the whole area and they're killing like the entire ecosystem, including the alligators, like everything, even every predator out there too. And
really?
Yeah. Now,
like Colombia or something?
Yeah, Colombia. The guy that used to ride the motorcycle, the guy that did all the heroin and shit. El Chapo or whatever. Not El Chapo. Joe will hit me up. He knows what I'm talking about. Joe is not my alternative personality. He just speaks the truth. He's been around enough. He knows what he's talking about. He's the sausage king.
No. Joe's usually on board with me. I don't know what Joe's stance is on Moon Knight, but
truth to tale. So, it is hard to. It is. I mean, you're right. It's harder, and that's a valid point. I didn't think about is maybe now with the ability to have, the all age thing on Disney Plus. Maybe that's why they've done what they've done. It just, I don't know. It's kind of boring.
And you keep saying there's not. I mean, I know there's no plans for a season 2, but that doesn't mean they'll not do anything else.
Maybe.
This isn't anything. Enough money. It'll.
I don't know if it's pulling like it should though. Like you said,
it was getting decent.
If anybody thinks what I'm saying is out of pocket, you should go to some cons and talk to some people, because what they're saying is not even like. They
can keep saying it, but you know what they're doing?
They're not watching it. Oh no. There's people who've given up on it. I actually was in the LCS today. A lot of people that I was talking to, not a lot. Sorry, that's not true. 30% of the people I was talking to around that were 3 to 4 shows behind on it. It's only 5 shows in, man. That's not good. Yeah. Okay. DC.
You know what they're saying? And you know where they're saying it? Outside in the parking lot. So that's my crazy Joe. I'm doing a little lean on me. I don't know why.
Yeah, outside of
it struck me.
Yeah, I don't know. Moon Knight stinks. Yeah, see, there's people that don't like it. Matt, listeners, team Nerdherd. What's going on, guys?
Oh yeah. Oh, reminds me. Monday, I'm gonna go on their show. They got a cover show on Monday. I'm gonna go hop on. So make sure you guys check out Team Nerdherd. The link should be down below to their new channel. Give them a sub and go check it out. On Monday, we're gonna go look at some covers.
Excellent. I hope the last episode does something, but I just have a feeling
I know. Well, let's just see let's see how it ends.
I don't ever want to hear you when we review another video. See, Do you guys remember what you did to me in Book of Fett, where I kept going, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Anyways,
well, Book of Fett, I will be honest with you. Yeah, Book of Fett was disappointing.
On cancel digging the
I guess that's some clipboards.
Thanks so much, Pete. You're welcome. Okay, Corban. Corban is so now that we've completely
yeah, now that we've gone like so far deep into the show, we've not covered anything that we've prepared for today.
So Corban, can we get a little bit of news on what happened in DC this week?
Wait.
Yes. Oh,
wait, let me do your thing first. Because we don't get to play the thing.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So I'm playing the thing.
Dude, that was better than your night.
I love that, man. That's my thank you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. DC. So few things. One big comic came out this week. It's been teased all year. It's been, I guess, from the DC side, the most highly anticipated comic of the year. I don't think I'm exaggerating saying that.
They've been talking about it a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the prelude to Dark Crisis, which is their new big event.
Yeah, need another crisis.
Yep, it's the loss of one of DC's founding, I don't know, constructs, the Trinity, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. This was Justice League 75, which is, of course, as the title says, death of the Justice League, but also the end of the series as it kicks off to Dark Crisis, the end of the current run of Justice League. And you know what? It's as described. I mean, perfect. There it is. It's literally as described. This book, before I go too deep into the weeds, Joshua Williamson was the writer for this. He has been taking over a big share of DC's just overall work in general.
Just like the whole the architect, I guess, of the universe.
Yep, you had Rafa Sandoval as the cover artist, and then you had Rafa Sandoval as the artist, and then Daniel Sampier, Alejandro Sanchez as the cover art. And yeah, you said it, man. Like, he is penned this big event without giving too many. I mean, I don't know how many spoilers I can give and not give. It's
we're gonna spoil it. We're doing this review. It's gonna be spoiled. If you haven't read the issue, it's gonna get spoiled. So
yeah, all right.
I'm sure many of you don't care if it gets spoiled, but it's gonna get spoiled. This is 30 years from Death of Superman. They said, you know what? Can we do better? Let's kill the whole Justice League.
Let's try to kill everyone. Yep, and it starts off like you see on this flash here. Several heroes from all over are just pulled away from where they are. In fact, Star City's funny because you have Oliver Queen serving Dinah some lunch, and then she starts disappearing, and in just true love fashion, he grabs hold of her and gets teleported with her. And they end up getting teleported to the House of Heroes, which is the home of Justice League Incarnate, where they find out that they've been basically summoned by President Superman from Earth 23 with help from Dr. Multiverse of Earth 8, where they're looking for help. And they break down that, hey, you know, we are about to basically go up in this fight against just great odds. We really thought we could stop it, but we're out of time. And just as they are, they get attacked. And it's funny. They get teleported again to the ruins of a dead multiverse. And there they find themselves basically facing Pariah. So this is Pariah's the big bad. But of course, Pariah's not alone. He has
that's this dude right here.
Oh, that's Pariah. Yep. Who is like, hey, basically the standard villains speak of, you know, great darkness. We have to have the true multiverse born, but we can't make a new anything without destroying everything.
This looks like Loki back here.
It does, actually. It looks like Spider-Man in the back if you think about it.
Oh yeah.
So you have that, and then basically he said, well, listen, I'm not alone. I have the Dark Army with me as well. And you see various dark versions of DC villains all over, the biggest and the baddest. Yeah, so Doomsday, Darkseid, like all of them are there.
Yeah. Black Hand.
Black Hand. Yep. And this starts the fight. I mean, literally, we get halfway through the book, and you have Justice League on one side, Dark Army on the other. They're going to fight. And I mean, it's hilarious where he goes, I thought was kind of. I love Joshua Williamson's writing, but there was one part that was especially corny to me. They get ready to fight, and Superman goes, "Justice League, you know what to do." And Aquaman goes, "For the multiverse." And I'm like, guys, like, wow.
For the multiverse?
That's what Aquaman says going into battle. And they go and start fighting, fine. As far as the actual rest of the story, listen, bottom line, Justice League died. Like,
it was pretty quick. I was trying to find like
and that's my big knock on the story. There was only 2 quote unquote character moments of which you could say there was a character like building theme, and it didn't matter because both died. One is right there, Oliver Queen. It's hilarious how his scene happened because he goes and Pariah has his machine that's getting ready to kick in motion, and then Oliver Queen takes his arrow, basically he's ready to shoot it and says, "Dinah, cover me," because Doomsday is coming at him. And Oliver flips over Doomsday. Dinah's supposed to cover him, and he fires the arrow, and it destroys the machine. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we did it! Like, okay, great." And then he gives a quip like, "Oh, I'll make chili for celebration or whatever." The very next page, you see this.
Where he ain't making no chili.
Obliterates, obliterates. Exactly, obliterates Oliver, and it's like, and then Dinah wakes up and just blows Doomsday apart, and it's like, what are we doing? We had another one too where they had this build up in earlier stories for John Stewart bringing the Godstorm. John Stewart being
I didn't put that panel in, but yeah.
He's like, "I'm bringing the Godstorm. It's supposed to be this big moment because we've been building it, and he finally brings in the Godstorm, and it's amazing. He comes in, it's this full, beautiful green splash with other heroes, in this part. I know it's hard to see.
That's all right. No, I'll make it enlarge you.
Oh, great! And he's like, "I'm bringing the Godstorm. Great." We're like, "Awesome." He dies the next page. like that's it. He runs into the Spectre. The Spectre says die, and that's exactly what John does. He just immediately complies. And so, like, this is what you get. It all culminates really at the very end with the original Trinity going up against Pariah, and Pariah just decimates them in a scene ripped straight out of the pages of Crisis on Infinite Earths with the death of Barry Allen.
But times 3.
Times 3, exactly. As you see all 3 just get broken down to their elements. As they all die. And then we have another page where he takes care of Justice League Incarnate. And it finally ends with him, which is Black Adam of all people. Well, we wonder why he's the most important person in the story. We don't, but we know. He goes and he starts fighting Pariah.
Got a movie starring The Rock.
Exactly. He starts fighting Pariah, and then Pariah is starting to kill him by using the same power that he used on the rest of the Justice League. But then Black Adam says Shazam, which helps him get out of that situation. He ends up, both him and Pariah end up passing out, but Adam ends up getting home to tell the new.
But before we get to the home, what did you make of this? Did she make it out?
Oh, you know what's funny?
They don't show her die.
They never show her. No, Dinah kind of cradles Oliver's body. He said he actually lasts for a scene to be like, oh, his dying words.
Yeah,
it never shows that. You're right. It's possible.
It's possible. I don't know what she's gonna do. I guess it'll be like Scarlet Witch in that What If. She's the last person.
Yeah, the Agent of Chaos, and we've seen her do this in Injustice.
Yeah.
Be that kind of age. I mean, she was still on Batman's side in Justice, but be that Agent of Chaos. I lost my Oliver Queen. I'm lost. Vengeance. I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna be on the wild side. It's possible. She always seems to be that type of player. But yeah, that's a very good point, Pete. Thanks for pointing that out. And then eventually just goes to Black Adam, going to, Flash, who's still there,
the new guy,
as well as the new John, and saying, hey, the Justice League are dead. And that is the end of Justice League 75.
Looking like the Hulk. Thanos is
coming. It's very that was the synopsis of the story. If we give my review, like my own personal thoughts, the artwork was amazing, right? I love the color, the cover. No comic character ever dies. I agree with you. I think they'll keep them out for a couple months. But
they're going to let the new guys.
Exactly. They'll come back on the conclusion of Dark Crisis. I feel like if you were getting this book, first off, I mean, if you are really a big fan of Sandoval's art and Joshua Williamson's work, then yes, do it. Otherwise, it's $7 price point. So just think about that.
$7.99.
Huh?
$7.99.
Yeah, so more 8.
Yeah. Oh, mine was $6.99 over here. My bad.
Oh, it's $6.99?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
that's a 7
okay.
just because.
I thought it was $7.99.
Oh, no.
Hey, mods, real quickly, could you guys go back to Eric's comment, everybody, and see? I'll show you the comment, and then see if you guys can find out who muted him, and please unmute him. Thank you.
Okay.
So did you like it or not, Corbin? What's the? I mean, it's not worth.
Did He wouldn't be on this rant if it was called Mark. But yeah, I did like it. I don't know if it was worth $7. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I think it was. It was also kind of anticlimactic, and if you followed, Pete pointed out, the scene from Avengers: Infinity War. If you've read Superman 75, if you read Christ on Infinite Earths, like if you've read these stories, these panels have been pulled from it, you know. So the B cover, there you go. Like I love the A cover. I really think this is kind of dope. You know, it
I
looked
do kind of like
stunning.
the A cover.
Good paper.
What was
like,
the B
it's a
cover
good book.
again? Was it the one that was
It
it the
might
yellow
have
one?
been. I think there was one with
Leftovers, the yellow one.
like Death of a Funeral type, where they had death of a funeral,
Definitely.
funeral for a friend, funeral for a friend, where they had the caskets for them. There was a few, I forget. But yeah, I just think out of 5 stars, I give it 3.5. It's anticlimactic. The Justice League die. You know, we know that comic characters don't last forever. The comic book deaths don't last forever unless you're Uncle Ben. So even
he came back. He became a Spider-Man at one point.
Oh, my bad. Forgot about
that.
that.
But then he died again.
Oh,
it's
well,
all right.
Then,
Multiverse.
Right. Beautiful. Love it. Like Joshua Williamson says, hey, he's trying to be committed to sticking with these characters being out, at least shoved for a while. But we've seen DC try to do this before with 5G / what?
5G.
What's it called? What was that? New,
Frontier. Is it?
They went from
Daleverse?
5G to
Yeah. Not Frontier. What the heck is it called?
What is it called?
Oh my God! You made me read that crap too.
I'm sorry, it's killing me now.
Yeah, it's not Frontier. What the heck is it called?
I'm gonna look it up right now because it's killing me.
I can't. That's important.
It went from 5G to what? Future State. There we go.
Future State. That's what it was.
Jeez, that's how forgettable that freaking thing was. But the point being is that we've seen DC go, oh, we don't need we have such a deep catalog of heroes to go to and heroes to rely on that we don't need Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. And then they go back and it's actually not only do you need Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, you need Batman too. So I'm not the biggest fan of this, but as like a singular piece of work, I think it was okay. I think it was okay. So I'll grade that 3 out of 5. If you guys aren't interested in that, like, listen, Dark Crisis is going to start its event. There's no Justice League.
I put out a poll. I was like, does Justice League 75 sound like a good book? So far, it's 100% no.
There you go. Yeah, it's a book that, like, yeah.
Oh, wait, 86% no. So somebody.
I like the art. I thought the story was okay. You know, I like Joshua Williamson as a writer. I just think this story was so anticlimactic that it didn't really matter. You know, like I knew they were going to die. It was a matter of when. And they died pretty quickly. Like you said it. We got to the halfway point, and then it was like, all right, Pariah is too powerful.
This is the weird thing about what BK says. Because I'm not quite sure it is. Because it's just funny because we talked about Miss Marvel earlier. But like the Kamal Khan storyline is good. What they're going to do is, nobody read it. Nobody read it. I mean, nobody did. You can't tell me. And the same thing with this, like they do these things. Everybody complains, oh, they're gonna kill him up and bring it back. We don't want that, but they do it because people. Obviously, he just paid $8 for it.
Well, people buy it.
And I have
That's
not.
why.
Yeah,
people buy it.
And I've not. The reason you said exactly the point, Marco. I have not thought about Justice League. Its entire 74 issues beforehand. I had no interest. It was one of those books where I said, "Oh, Death of Justice League. Okay, I'll do it." And it was because of what you said. But with that being said, I think that they want to kill the big ones and replace them with derivative knockoffs, pretty much. But that's my problem, Joe. It's like,
this is funny, but this is what they should do. Remember Great Lakes Avengers?
Yes.
Girl, whatever the fat girl was, skinny guy, elongated guy. That's what they should do. They should come up with like the Great Lakes Avengers, but do the Great Lakes Justice League. And
they should, but they're not going to.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Yeah, because DC takes itself too seriously. I get it.
I mean, yeah, but also in this one, they're trying to really make it dramatic. I think it's just we've seen DC.
This one, that's all they do.
Yeah, I mean, they're big and dramatic with this. I like the fact that they do it. I just don't like that this right here. Any experienced veteran comic reader, we're not fazed by this. You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad that I bought the book. I feel good. It's a good book. I'll flip through it.
23%. It was a good book.
Saggy.
76 said.
Saggy, get out of here.
But it's just anticlimactic, and that's DC right now. But like you said, I think it's a mix of DC does a good job promoting it when Superman became, the new Superman became LGBTQIA+. They did a great job promoting it and pushing it out. But the story setting up Superman becoming this wasn't very good. It just wasn't. We've seen the death of Superman, the death of Justice be talked about all year long. But the story was kind of anticlimactic. And you had to read the prelude. You had to read, like, the promotion isn't the problem. I think DC does a better job of that than Marvel does in terms of their comics. You have the trailers on YouTube of these comics. You have the interviews with the creators, you know, a day or two before the comic drops that I really enjoy. But then you read the story and you're like, what are we doing here? So, I don't know. That's it for Death of Justice League, though. I did read another book, though. You're keeping up with it. This book already was half of the $13 I spent, which is crazy. Second book, though, continuing my ride to the Murphyverse, Batman Beyond the White Knight #2. Sean Murphy, both writing and illustrating, although he has some help with Dave Stewart. This book, I mean, listen, I was pumped as Sam for it when it first came out. This continues it. If you remember #1, it sets off, and I was annoyed as hell by it. But
they did.
It sets off, it ends with, they made Justice League Antarctica once upon a time. There you go. If you remember Batman Beyond the White Knight #1, it ends with Bruce Wayne seeing the Joker. And if you read, you know, Batman Curse of the White Knight, then you're like, the Joker's dead. Like, why? I was immediately incensed. Why do we need the Joker in every friggin' Sean Murphy Batman book? Like, it makes zero sense to me. Well, this book starts off by first looking, as you see on the page there, it goes into Terry McGinnis and kind of how he's involved in the story. Terry McGinnis barely appears in this book. He's kind of there just for this flashback and then one, like, modern picture shot.
Yeah,
one,
this nice shot of the city.
Suit. I love the Batman Beyond suit and the artwork of Neo Gotham in this. Like, you only get this one shot of it. This is it in the whole book. We're following primarily Bruce's story with a little bit of Dick Grayson and some Barbara as well.
And Joker.
Well, and that's the thing. So it turns out that if you guys watch Batman Beyond The Return of the Joker, where they're trying to figure out how the Joker still lived, and it turned out that he had basically, like, when he kidnapped Dick Grayson. He kidnapped Robin in the movie, and he had put a microchip in Robin that basically, when he became of age to match the Joker's genetic profile, the Joker could, like, you know, something science become the Joker in Robin. Bam. That's kind of what they're doing here. Exactly. And I don't know if I like. Actually, I do know. I don't like it. Basically, during one of Batman and Joker's fights in this universe that we don't see, when the Joker was able to get the upper hand on Batman, he was able to inject or get Batman, like, a bit of tech that would have the Joker be like an AI for Batman. So it's not Batman going crazy like I thought it was. It's also not the Joker actually there. It's more like Iron Man's Friday. It's a stretch. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a knock. I'm not a big fan of it all. Who, like, knows everything that Batman knows up to this point, and also is able to, like, look at different like, oh, there's 3 police cars coming, and be able to tap into the database is really weird.
Yeah.
This is what we have. So already from that, this gives major knocks for me because it just seems like a device to throw the Joker in for no reason whatsoever. Also, he's not the Joker, he's just Jack. So again, do with that what you will. Bottom line, Bruce Wayne is trying to find his way back to one of his many hideouts that he had when Azrael took over from the previous book. Because he's like, hey, we need to get that Batsuit back, and I'm the only one who can do it. Along the way, he runs into Dick Grayson, who is now head of this private police force that is warring with Barbara from the GCPD. They have an altercation. Bruce Wayne gets the upper hand on Dick Grayson. And then, long story short, he finally goes to one of his hideouts where it turns out it's crazy.
Yeah, I got to catch you up to this.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It wasn't a lot of this is exposition. That's why, I mean, Barbara and Dick Grayson are at odds.
Yeah.
All right. Bruce Wayne 60, he beat Dick Grayson's butt. They have issues. Bruce Wayne finally gets to his hideout that he had kind of stashed away. Mm-hmm. And then as he's doing this, he's discovered by none other than Harley Quinn. And it's revealed. Well, that's the suit, by the way. But it's revealed, which is kind of cool. I mean, he's going to immediately modify it. But Harley Quinn discovers, she's like, why didn't you tell me when you were coming, this and that? He's like, hey, I only meant to be here for a second, this and that. And she's like, basically, she drops the bomb that, like, you're my husband. And that is the end of the book.
Who's her husband, Batman?
Batman and Harley Quinn got married somewhere in the 10 years between Batman Curse of the White Knight and Batman Beyond the White Knight. And if you're as confused as I am explaining it, like, if you are confused by listening to it, then that's fine. That's kind of where I was when I finished this book.
Well, I asked a different question this time. I asked, are you buying or did you buy Batman Beyond White Knight #2? 57% say, oh no, 62% yes, 38% no so far.
Yeah. Okay, cool. See, this is one of those books where I guess you got to keep the story going along, but all we've established is that we got Batman's age, somewhere in his 60s. We kind of already knew that. We get that Dick Grayson and Barbara are on the outs. Fine. Joker's an AI in Bruce Wayne's head. Okay. And then Bruce Wayne and Harley are married. Oh, also on the side, Terry McGinnis already found Mr. Fix, who had killed his dad, was beating him up before he got arrested, and then taken in by Derek Powers, who said, listen, we're going to continue your father's work. Which, come on, we know that Derek Powers is behind the killing of Terry McGinnis' dad anyway. So that's not even this was a downer of a book for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was expecting a lot more. I was like the way it fell as flat as it did, there was two. I mean, the art is fine. You know, Sean Murphy's art is great. The only two splashes I liked were the ones where you saw Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, this book really was like, wow. I don't know. I was so excited from book number 1, except for that finish at the end, that I thought we'd carry on and pick it up and move on to higher stakes. And we didn't get there right now. So I gave Death of Superman 3.5 out of 5. I'd give Batman Beyond the White Knight 2.5 out of 5.
Ooh.
I just, yeah, it's maybe I'm being a little too harsh on it, but like,
maybe
in terms of the story, yeah, I'll give it 3. I'll give it 3 then. Thank you.
You don't have
like,
to. You don't have to soften up.
Pushing the story along, I'm not happy with the narrative.
Be more Marco. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Marco, it's true. I mean,
DC's the Brooklyn Nets of the freaking, comic book world. Of this
you bring
I mean, just like, the Earth's round, right? Like, you don't have to try to be so cute all the time.
I was so worried about the damn Nets. We're not going to get past the Raptors at the rate they were going.
Yeah, it just requires you to have a suspension of belief. And I mean, come
on.
I
it's just disappointing because I know the Beyond stuff had gotten some, like, the Murphyverse and the Beyond, even before that, but the Beyond stuff had getting a little bit of pub, and it's always good to see DC. I mean, they just can't keep momentum, man. They're like it's like, okay, you're almost at the top, man, and all right.
Yeah, this big thing comes out. You said this big thing comes out, or something happens, and then boom, it falls flat on his face. And I think these two books are almost the perfect synopsis of what DC is right now, where you have solid ideas, good hype, something built up. Is it going to come to fruition? Yeah, no, Also, before I let you go, I didn't get pictures on this. I dropped the ball there, but we had 2 famous comic creator birthdays. One, I'm kind of cheating here because he did pass away 22 years ago. But Gil Kane, he was born. Listen, I had to find an excuse to share about him. He was born April 6, 1926. He died in the year 2000. But like, he was a Latvian-born comic artist. His career spanned over 50 years. Virtually every major comics company and character he had a hand in. He co-created the modern day version of Green Lantern, also the Atom. He also co-created Iron Fist with Roy Thomas for Marvel Comics, and did just these major storylines. The drug storyline with the Green Goblin and Spider-Man. I think it was 96 to 98. He was part of that. The one that had the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare involved. He did that as well. Just a really major part of comics history. And yeah, like, he's been gone for a while. He would be 96 now. I just want to give a shout out to somebody who, again, historically speaking, has had a big part of comics that we've all enjoyed. The other person I want to talk about is still with us. He's 68 today. Well, not 68 today, 68 as of last week. Charles Dixon, better known as Chuck Dixon. Of course, he's more well known for his work on The Punisher for Marvel, as well as in the 90s for Batman, Nightwing, Robin, Birds of Prey in the 90s and early 2000s. He's also done work for Wildstorm, Dark Horse. Again, one of those comic creators that's had his hand in a bunch of different properties, a bunch of different companies. You all know who he is, but he's somebody that, again, if you've read some Punisher's War Journal in the early 90s, if you've read, the Contagion storyline, the Legacy storyline, No Man's Land, Bane for Batman, he's a big part of that, as well as Nightfall, Night's End. Batman in the 90s, you had Doug Mitch, you had Kelly Jones, but you also had Chuck Dixon. And so wanted to give a shout out to him. Happy 68th to him as well. And that is it.
Justin, I think that's it. Like, nice house on the lake. Like, if you get back into that, like I said, I'm always wanting DC to go back to Vertigo. You know what I mean? Like, if they go Vertigo route or back to like the horror base of it.
Well, like, it's the one bit about that you're going with Justin comment. It's like, I read Batman in Nice House on the Lake. And just buy. I was like, I read the Jenny Frizen covers.
Yeah.
No,
but I mean, like with Nice House, like just try something new. Just try something. Try something. All right. Hey, real quickly, you want to see something real cool?
Sure.
I suppose.
Now that we've talked about DC forever, got this for $40.
40, huh? Oh,
okay.
Non-punch. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
A little bit of Krang from the old Astronomicon.
That's sharp.
Very sharp, very sharp. We still got a tier list, but I think we should get into. Should we get a little Astronomicon first, or should we get into?
I was going to ask you. I mean, we could even save the tier. I mean, we
might
didn't
have
promote
to
that we
save
were
tier
doing
list.
a tier list.
It was going to be a horror thing.
Either that,
so,
or we could save something like Forgotten first. We can kind of bump that for the next. It doesn't matter. We got plenty. We have more content than we know what to do with here.
I'm telling you, like that's what I'm saying. We don't have to do bad rumors because we get it does look sharp, is it not? For $40, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
The only I will say this. The only
dude,
one
new figures cost $40.
Huh?
New figures cost $40 now.
So this is a funny story. The only problem with it was, and this is it, I'll give it to you, is like whoever had this originally, they decided. So like, listen, if you look here, the glue's still on, glue's still on, glue's still on, glue's still. Wait. Okay, it's cracking away from the glue. We know that because it's not the old Star Wars glue. We get it. But then they did something
Yeah,
wrong.
it's not bomb-proof glue.
Yeah, it's not bomb-proof glue. Right here, because the glue came off. Staple. They stapled, so it's not completely off. 3/4 of it's on, but because it was right there, they stapled it. And originally, I bought it because the kids broke mine. I was just gonna give it to the kids. I bring it home and I show the wife. I said, "Hey, got a little something," and she's like, "Oh, so maybe it's gonna be a Mother's Day gift now because that's what when she was a kid."
Oh,
she was a kid. That's what she played with. I said, I gotta figure out. Do they make the plastic things for that, like the display things? I gotta.
Oh yeah, like the cases. I'm sure they do.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna give that to her.
Yeah,
I told the guy too, because you know who it was. It was one of the guys that what are those Twisted?
Oh,
Twisted.
One of the insane.
Insane clown posse guys. It was his booth. He sold. Yeah, and the other one tried to nut check me. The other guy hit me down low on accident, and I was like, "Yo, my man." And he's like, "Oh, I almost cup checked you," or what? He didn't say that. He almost whatever he said.
Well,
and
cup check would make sense.
Well, so I was walking behind. It was hit. They're there, and there's a whole bunch of guys and fans, juggalos or whatever. I don't know if they call themselves juggalos, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, I get a whack down here. I'm like, "Damn it!" And he goes, "It was the smaller of the two guys." And he turns around. He goes, "Damn, I almost like whatever he said. I almost like hit you, whatever." And I said, "Yeah, good thing I put it to the left." He thought it was the funniest shit he ever heard in his life. So then he goes, "Hey, tell them what you just said." And I was like, "Good thing I put it to the left." And like they're all juggling around, like having a good time. They're very nice guys. Both those guys are. I actually didn't realize that I knew the one guy because he shows up at cons all the time, but he doesn't wear the makeup. I mean, why would you wear the makeup and shit? But he don't wear the makeup and stuff. So I didn't even know it was him. And then the other one's nice too. I mean, I guess he almost gave me a feelie there, but it was fun. We could talk about that while we go through some of the videos.
Yeah, go do the con stuff.
I had to
definitely pro to the con stuff.
So I had to I added some tunes. Should we use the tunes on it or not? These are all generic tunes.
I don't know. Even the generic tunes.
Okay. So originally when I walked in from the back door, they were playing like Beastie Boys in here for some reason. This is during setup, so we're kind of showing you around a little bit. I tried to slow it down and get a little bit better camera. That girl had fangs. She just had fangs for some reason. I don't know why. Like they look like real teeth in her. I don't know if she sharpened her or whatever. I'll show you when we turn around.
I got fangs just naturally.
You're asking, we're not looking at the girls. See this area right here? Do you see how it's a little smoky from over there? So they had a concert going on. The pre-party was a VIP concert.
This kind of looks like a casino to me.
Yeah, right. So it was in a place called Burton Manor, which is literally where they host like weddings and stuff. Oh, it gets better.
So like ceiling, like looking at the ceiling.
Yeah. Because it's for like weddings and banquets and shit. It's a banquet hall. So, that person, whoever Combs is right there, whoever these last two people are, dude, they're really popular, by the way.
Oh yeah, Charmed. There's a lot of people like Charmed.
Why else would you? But what I'm saying is, like, see how it's smoky in there? I ended up having to change the filter on it because the whole area was kind of a little smoky, if you know what I mean. Going through. Yeah. There's a concert going on there.
You're not using a hazy filter of any kind.
No. I was outside,
I was outside actually. I came in. I actually had to cut that portion out because this kid, just as I was about to start filming, this kid and a dad, and the kid's like 10, came up, and they said, "Oh, that was just cool. These life-size dolls are freaky as shit, man."
Yeah, I'm looking at the killer clowns from outer space there in the back.
Oh yeah. They had some cool
Those
stuff,
pretty
man.
cool masks.
Obviously, they sold some good stuff there, but you'd be surprised at what sold at this place, and we'll get into it in a little bit. But like outside, some guy and his kid, a lot of people coming in from out of state. Well, go ahead, Pete. What do you see?
No, I'm just saying isn't that a Chucky?
Yeah, it is. It is. And somebody bought it and then took it out, took it out of the box and started carrying it around and trying to scare people with it. It was funny. Or like carried it like a baby. I don't know what they were trying to do. Anyways, but they were going something called the Blazing Brew, and I thought that was like just a euphemism for like smoking weed and drinking. There's actually a guy, I guess, called Blaze. I don't know. But they threw a concert next door. I'm still not sure you should take a 10-year-old to that type of scenario. I mean, like there's smoke obviously leaking in. It's legal in our state, so but I don't know if it's legal to smoke inside in our state, but like it's legal here. You know what I mean? So like it is what it is.
Well, it's legal or it's just not enforced.
No. Like we have like places that sell it. Like you can go to
No, but still, being able to have it and being able to purchase it, but being able to use it.
There were some decent dollar books in there. I got some decent stuff out of this 50-cent dollar.
Any smoke. I'm just saying any smoke in general.
Yeah. I mean, it is a banquet hall.
Indoors anywhere is all I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. This is just during setup time period too. So a lot of records too is going. Dude, hey, look at this.
Records,
huh?
Oh well, I guess in music.
I should have taken it with his arm on. It was so cool.
Like Zia records, so that's kind of neat.
Oh yeah, a lot of records are selling too. Posters.
Yeah, record. That's a whole nother thing. Records.
Yeah, a whole nother gimmick. I don't.
Maybe we start a whole thing on our channel. We'll start talking about
I wish I could have played the background volume. This actually turned out to be a pretty good booth. I come back to it later, but down on the left side, it's at 30% off. It was mainly bronze and silver. I actually got a Fantastic Four. What do we got here? Fantastic Four 84. You know this one, the Doom one? My name is Doom. I love this book. It's a little bit of, it's got Lavidia or whatever, the place where he's from in it. I got it for $7.
That's not bad.
Right? No. Good stuff for that. But they had other stuff like cards. I think I go back there and start digging through that Hulkamania shirt.
Hulkamania t-shirts and Crow posters. I'm actually
mad at Brad because I was back there. So did you see that one point? Yeah, I'm talking crap right now. Yeah. So I
see you. Yeah.
So the variant was there.
That's cool.
The variant was there, the 1-point variant, but he had two of them. And I was digging through it. I grabbed that, a couple other things out of here.
Which one, the Bradshaw one? Just the B cover? Or like one of the incentives?
No.
They got the carnet. Oh, I like. Okay, I can't wait for these cons, man.
Yeah. So he grabbed one, and then I heard the guy say, "Well, there's another one back there." I was gonna grab it, and he did me dirty, man. He went there and goes, "Oh, could you just grab that for me?" When he knew I was looking for it.
Wow.
So, Brad, I still like you, but
that's a grimy knee.
Hey, look at that. What's he got on that Knights of the Old Republic? Was that 31?
Yeah, it's probably 30 something. I mean, I just
bought the issue number. That's the Malik, right? Or
yeah, he had like $30 or $40 on it. Yeah, it's the first. I wouldn't buy it. The Lady Death.
No. I think I have extras. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. But he was giving good deals. Like I said, like even at 50% off, that book wasn't 50% off. Then he just gave it to me for $7. So, he did all right. There's decent stuff there. I mean, this was kind of like the weird stuff you go behind and see what was going on with their boxes and such. The other thing
they're not in any sort of order, are they?
No, this was just random. That's what I'm saying. Like you had to dig through. I just kept thinking about buying that book over and over again, and then I dropped it, and then I said, "Nah, I'm not gonna buy that."
$10.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, it was $5. It would have been less than $10. It would have been
I know. That's what is she? I forget. I know Beast's on the cover of that one, right? That's like a.
They had cool stuff though. A lot of the one thing that did sell was NWO stuff because they had both 6 and Nash was there. And then if you took it was kind of cool. Like if you took a picture in the background, they put a picture of Hall, like a bust of Hall in the background.
Oh yeah.
Picture with them. There's also, so I was originally going to do something. My friend James was like, dude, you should. So always check boards when you go to cons, I guess on Facebook, because they have like all these groups that are like boards. And I was going to do that for this one, but I didn't want to, like the people were nice. And I mean, it's fun to make fun, but like anonymously, like there's a girl in there or woman at one point. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go into the party store later, but can anybody spare like 5 tampons? You know what I mean? I'm outside right now.
5 for?
I don't know. There's another dude that was sitting in cars like, yo, I'm gonna go to the party store in a little bit. Oh, so there's a bars in here, by the way, that were actually, you see the booze? It had draft beer and booze up in this. So you'll see.
I'm still confused by your question because who the hell's carrying 5 extra?
I don't know, man. But that's what I'm saying was going on in this chat. Like it was, so we check the chat pretty regularly. We usually do it to see like maybe what people are looking to buy or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, Joe.
There's another dude too, but would you do this? Like the guy, like, man, I used to be a smoker too. Like, I get it. You bum smokes every once in a while. I understand that. Especially probably here because people were drunk and effed up on stuff, but like they didn't want to go. It wasn't that far to go. Is like maybe a 5-minute walk to go to the party store or the liquor store or whatever. But like, there's a dude in the parking lot going, "Oh, I'm just chilling in my car in the parking lot. I don't feel like going to the store right now. Can anybody come outside and bum me a smoke?" Like,
yeah, you can't ask somebody to bring. It's one thing you ask somebody who's there and you be, "Hey, man, can I get one of those?"
Yeah,
hey, can somebody come out and bring me one?
Just a rando.
Bring me.
It was like the whole thing about people like, "Hey, yo, I'm about to light it up" or whatever.
I desire a cheesesteak.
Fucking chat. Can somebody deal with that, please?
Bring me a cheesesteak. What are we dealing with?
Eric Hurd's blocked in chat. Can you go back?
I don't know how to undo that. I don't know.
All right. We'll figure it out. Anyways, so then they were
that's what I was looking for when I found the poll thing.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll figure
but I don't know where to find
I think you got to click on his name. Go back and try to find
I gotta find it. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't find an old
So they were, but then like, oh, so the guy, the guy from Adam Sandler, this guy was selling, look at this, guys. You think I'm bad? This guy was selling, I have one of those. This guy was trying to sell the Happy Meal boxes for $3 for the Pokemon.
Yeah. People collect that stuff.
Yes. I'm going to sell that box over there then.
People collect cereal boxes. They collect all kinds of things.
Hey, look, VHS. There you go. That's the one, the back pass.
Oh, there's a hot item. Huh?
Oh, get those graded.
Graded. Still in plastic.
Oh, are those regular VHS or are those big tape ones? It's like the pornography ones, the big cases.
Like bootleg tapes. So they had three full bars. They started selling buffet. Hey Jeff, what's going on? He actually did really good in Star Wars. Those boxes by the end were there's a quarter of each of those boxes gone. Evil Ernie, he did really well with Evil Ernie and Lady Death. He sold, like, it was weird what sold and what didn't sell because he had some real crazy. I should have gone behind and just videotaped it or got it closer, but use your widescreen. There was something here that I really liked that he had. I'm gonna try to see.
I can't find an Eric comment to undo anything. That's
hi. Oh, toys sold pretty good. I got conversation with these guys over here. DVDs. By the way, I know we make fun of it. So Dan Housen was there. So they had the Heavy Metal magazine. They had the B cover 2 with his wife, which is you should probably grab that one if you can find it because it's harder to get. Apparently they're selling great online, but in person they were selling terrible. And then this is for Jedi Johnson because Jedi Johnson likes this. On the other side of here, hopefully we get to it. We can see what they have. Now I have it on big screen. I can see everything. But they had like all the wrappers for like all the 70s and 80s cards. So I think they might have had Star Wars. They definitely had some other ones over there. So hopefully I shot that. I think I did. Card packs didn't do that great, even though they had wrestling ones. You see over on the corner, is that Masters of the Universe? I can't tell. The yellow packaging. They did have the Freddy Krueger one. I think that one sold too. And they were getting a decent price for those, which is nice. Oh yeah, we were going around. There we go. I did touch something. I must have touched something shortly after this, as a matter of fact. And then I rubbed my eyes. Oh my gosh, he bought one of those too. The Gizmo, that was cool. I should have bought those. There was those little 8mm record players. Oh, that was the Nintendo packs. So those were all empty. He sold like half of those. Which for $12 to sell empty packs with nothing in it is pretty good. That last Gremlin, that 8mm
pack.
Yeah, Brad was telling him I might buy those afterwards. I love those little record things because I grew up listening to them and I didn't. But I had put my hands down. Obviously, I was touching stuff, digging through boxes. And then I went to go wipe my face and eye like this.
Yeah, you can buy Szechuan sauce, the Rick and Morty. That stuff was expensive.
Oh, really? Still?
Yeah, when that came out. No, when it was like a thing.
Yeah.
When they re-released it, it was Well, it's just like the Popeyes chicken sandwich. People were mailing Popeyes chicken sandwiches. Remember when that first came out?
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
mailing sandwiches to
People
people.
are insane. Man. They
They
were.
still
I mean,
do.
they are
In
still.
other countries, when they shut down McDonald's, they still people with freezers full selling it.
It's like the old 80s joke. It was like, oh, they'll sell your blue jeans in Russia. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's what you go. You go send some stuff to. Where are these guys? Go send some stuff over to Russia for McDonald's. You sell pretty good.
well,
All right, I slowed that down a little bit. So these guys do like little homages, but they actually asked the wrestlers. So they had a huge wall of this.
no juggalo fights.
I'll be honest with you. On Friday, the
Apart from the nut
Juggalos.
checks.
No, besides the nut checks, they were really nice. They weren't. They must have calmed down a lot. So these guys were pretty cool. They do all these little ones, but they actually ask what homage cover the wrestler wants. They talk with them first, and then they make the homage cover. So it was pretty cool. And we got to see they released the Danhausen one there too.
How do they get the books all the way at the top? How do they reach them?
They step on his chair, I think. These aren't books. These are just posters of them. They just make posters. They do make the books.
High.
But
That's all I'm saying. It's a pretty
yeah,
high.
no, it gets high. Yeah, it gets high. So there was no. Well, okay. So Friday night,
AEW.
they're definitely, yeah.
Your favorite.
There is definitely two different. Well, they asked me what
Jim Duggan.
Good question they asked. They asked, like, what would you think for wrestling covers and homages? And I said, well, why don't you have giant size, and why didn't you do it like for this one? Because they had, they were going to have Hall, Nash, and Six. Unfortunately, we know what happened to Hall. God bless him. But why didn't you do the original black and white as the giant size X-Men? That would have been cool, I thought. But anyways, so or you could have done the Four Horsemen as the Fantastic Four. You could have done that and had Dr. Doom. You could have Mongo as Dr. Doom, Mongo McMichaels. That would have been funny. You know what I mean? No, nobody gets Mongo's joke. That's kind of funny. You're muted, Corbin.
I said I was lost there. I'm sorry, but now you see how lost I really was.
Mongo McMichaels was a football player that at one point became a horseman. But like, if you ever type in "that's our Mongo" onto the internet and watch the videos, he was really bad at wrestling. Like really, like if you go like this, he'd go and then he'd fall backwards. Like he's probably worst sellers. He'd sell everything, but he was one of the worst sellers in wrestling.
Really? Wow.
So
where is the CM Punk as Daredevil? Oh, I see it. I see it. There it is. It's over to the right.
Henry is.
I do see the Dr. Doom. Goldust is Dr. Doom there.
Yeah, he is. So they get to ask him. Yeah, that's one of the Fantastic.
I can't tell who's Vision up in the center there.
Is that
Kane?
It's Kane.
Maybe it's Kane.
Kane.
Okay.
Kane is Vision. Yep. Oh, there it is. There was the Danhausen that they were going to do. So he actually did a horror book, which is kind of cool. Or I mean, he did Puppet Master, which
Fantastic
is nice.
Ass Boys.
Oh, because you know who that is. Yeah. So he did Puppet Master, which was kind of cool, I guess. He's actually nice guy, Danhausen. And so are the two guys that are with him, Nick and whatever the other guy's name is. They were nice. We talked.
Yeah, because isn't he injured? Like I know he does. He's like he joined AEW, but he was hurt. Or is
he might have been, but he wasn't like he walked around fine. I didn't get to. You know what happened? Okay, so I was talking to him real quickly. I know we don't do store exclusives a lot. So but the warning, there's a wall of store exclusives coming up. I didn't sit on it too much, but whatever.
It happens. I mean,
yeah, it happens.
They
so
exist. Not acknowledging they don't exist.
Yeah, I was talking to the boys that run a lot of Danhausen stuff. If you've ever watched the Danhausen videos, it's the two guys that are with him all the time, the camera guy and the guy that does the editing, Nick and now I feel bad because I'm brain farting because it's late. But I was talking to them a little bit, which is also Corbin, I'm gonna ask you this because you're younger. Oh, by the way, he was there forever. Literally there forever. Really? Whoever that guy was. And here's Daggett for Daggett's
good books.
Who Daggett? Daggett always has good books. Check his stuff out online. Actually sold a lot of cool figures too. Sold that Galactus that glows in the dark. Sold a bunch of other stuff. We sold, you know what's sold here? Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider #1s. He sold a 9.8. He sold 2 Raws. Brad sold a Raw or 2. Like they were just selling stuff back and forth.
Which I had no idea what you were. When you brought that up, I was like, "Get out of here! Why is that book selling?" But then I looked online. They're
selling, man.
We'll get to that when we get to 5 and 5.
Didn't negotiate on prices, but we'll get to it later on comics. But so I went to talk to Danhausen. whatever. They're like, he's doing it. I'm like, I'll get back. So I went back around, went talk to him, start to talk to him. This dude walks up and says this. Hey, not to interrupt. Like, I'm like, oh, hey, I like your talk a little bit of a workshop or whatever. I really like I said this. I said, I really like your gimmick. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the new gimmicks that the wrestlers are coming out of. I don't really watch the new wrestling. I don't find it that entertaining. However, I do enjoy your stick, your gimmick. And he's like, oh, he's like, he actually starts to break character for a second. And just as I do that, a fan walks up with something and goes, hey, not to interrupt, but I saw you at Comics and War, and I'm like, yo, my man, like,
yeah, not to interrupt, but I'm going to interrupt
the conversation.
I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll catch it on the flip side, because I was actually, there was a funny story, but there was a young lady that was there, and she.
You were young, you said? How young?
Young enough for you, probably. Yeah.
I was kidding.
But plus I'm married. But she was very nice. Also, there's a lady walking around, and I'm looking at her. She's got a clipboard. You know how I love clipboards.
You do.
And I looked out at this artist, and I'm like, whatever she was, you could tell a little bit out of place. And I was like, hey, you're an artist? Because that didn't fit either. And she's like, no, I'm actually the health inspector, because they were doing tattoos in here too, right? So I was like, oh, cool, man. And I was like, do you like? You can see what they want to know. So you know me. I'm like, well, let's take you around and we'll talk about some stuff. We'll go in. What are you into? And it turns out she really likes Star Wars, which is cool. Right in my alley.
Okay.
Right. She's kind of digging it, kind of digging the show. So I kind of explained. She bought a couple. There's James. I'm not going to tell you which one he is. What's up, James? Good to see you. I know you're not going to respond in chat, but good to see you anyways. I got to hang out with Daggett and James all weekend long, which is cool. Here's Brad's stuff. So I took her over here, explained like how the original Moon Knight cover, Moon Knight 1 was working. Brad actually was selling a lot of records, like old school records too, especially with good covers. That sold.
Well, again,
and it wasn't
a musical act. It makes sense. You're going to get that kind of crowd.
But it wasn't just that. It was like any type, like
Pinhead. I see that Pinhead one from Marvel.
He's got that Star Wars. I'll slow it down here in a minute. But he's got that the speeder. I have got two of those still in box. He had that speeder that was pretty cool from Star Wars.
Oh, in the box.
Yeah, in the box still, which is
because if you unbox that thing, you're going to lose it because you hit that button and it explodes. So you
obviously a lot of
parts of it.
Here, I think the Daniel Bowie sold or whatever his name is, David
Black
Bowie.
Cauldron, huh? Hey, Transformers one.
Sold some of that.
Demon Spawn.
Illuminati did not sell.
There's your Ghost Rider.
Why do you think that was, Marco, real quick, though?
Mario sold. What?
You said Illuminati did not sell? Why not?
Yeah, I think. Well, this crowd, I don't think was really that into it, and I don't think a lot of people give crafts anymore. Like, I mean,
together.
Cheap, easy to find. So,
that's a decent amount of Valiant Nintendo books down there.
Yeah, so some of those, half of those would sell, maybe a quarter of those sold. A couple Sonic sold.
Some of the Sonics.
Not a lot of Dark Horse Star Wars. That didn't really sell that well. Here, it sold at Jeff's stuff. I was surprised the Punisher didn't sell. It was reasonably priced too.
Oh, the magazine. Well, it's still a magazine. You got to find that magazine collector.
Yeah, those are weird.
Magazines sold at this con too. It was weird. You know what we kept saying, and we always say it here is like, you can't pigeonhole this crowd, because whatever you think you're going to bring to sell to them, they're not going to buy. But like, there's a book that's called like High Weed Time or whatever. It was done by
the one that came out recently.
Yeah, maybe one or two of them sold, but not a lot sold of those compared to like, I mean, every Danny Ketch book was gone, every single one for Ghost Rider. Like when you think Juggalos, do you think Ghost Rider? And when you think Ghost Rider, Juggalos, do you think Danny Ketch? Like that's the Ghost Rider you think?
Yeah. Timing, 90s.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Timing,
maybe. Anyway, so that was pretty cool.
Here's your Moon Knight books. Yeah, nobody's buying the splats.
No, Moon Knight didn't move. Like Moon Knight didn't move at all. Didn't move.
That blade.
And with the show going the way it is, I'm not surprised. From what I hear, at least.
Thank you, Corbin. Thank you.
Some Deadpool's down there.
You figure this crowd was a Deadpool crowd? Was not a Deadpool crowd. Didn't care about Deadpool. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought Juggalo was a Deadpool crowd.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have connected those dots. I feel like that they would have been just kind of like, nah, it's too mainstream for me now.
But they liked Strawberry Shortcake. You know what was the one that? Oh my God! What the heck did I sell?
Yeah, Strawberry Shortcake's not mainstream.
Tank Girl. Holy, Brad sold a fucking Tank Girl. Holy
Tank Girl, yeah. I can see Tank
whoa,
Girl.
Tank Girl. Hey now. Just giving you a tight shot of the. Hey, I'm getting better at this thing. I think with the shooting of the stuff.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. It's not as
Not as bad.
Blair Witch, vomit inducing.
This is something we kept talking about. We don't understand when they're coming.
These the minifigs?
Yes, no, but this is why it's all bootleg. This whole thing, the whole.
Oh yeah, shit,
whole bootleg. And we know. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the whole Lego bootleg. It's like a whole. It's an industry. My son he spent a couple days with my parents. He somehow convinced my dad to buy him a whole bunch of Ninjago bootlegs. And he's like, I don't care, they're bootlegs.
Yeah,
I just want some serpent guys.
Well, this is the thing. This area, not too far from here, they about 6 years ago, they walked into a con and they shut all these motherfuckers down.
Yeah. Well, they do that they did that kind of thing like by me with the flea markets with like the bootleg jerseys and t-shirts. Yeah, they raid them once in a while. And
this was interesting too. So I don't know what shit this was, but there's something called Girls Got Wet. It looked like a horror. It looked like legit ass. I think and which is weird too, because these guys, I actually took pictures for them earlier and like did a really good job. Stood on a chair, did the down thing.
I saw DVDs.
Yeah, they're selling DVDs, but I think it's like horror. But I think they're like a horror studio. No, look at them. They nothing to say to me. 5 minutes before this, they're like cheering and like, oh, by the way, thanks for the picture. You did a great job. Blah 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 blah. And now I'm like, and they're like, yeah. And then they're like, we didn't. The first day they were like, we didn't do as good as we should have. And it's like, well, why you should have? What is this? I don't get it. I didn't ask them, but because I didn't want to. But yeah. Then the second day, I talked to the one guy, and he's like, yeah. I was like,
Blu-rays.
Tell them what it is. And then they did pretty good. They did so. I think it's all horror, but I think it's like true like D level horror. I think they shoot themselves. I think they're the studio.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's like Roger Corman type stuff, like in the 70s. It's all exploitation horror.
It might be. Some of it might be. You
threw out a title, "Girls Gone Wet," and I'm thinking, what?
I think some of it was exploited. There's another bar. That guy was mad. They didn't start pouring the liquor. Look at all.
Well, it's closed. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be mad too.
I mean, it's
not opened yet technically.
But I'm not saying like it was ever opened.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I need my giggle.
If you had a con looking to drink at 10 in the morning, there's more questions than answers.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. This guy had just like knick-knack shit. Just like you watch what's in this booth. He did really good. We'll see in a minute. I must be saying something. I might be telling the guy the bar's not open.
No, you were just looking at the trash cans.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can be better.
Hey, there's Naruto, or no, those are Dragon Ball guys.
Yeah, so this guy did pretty good, like patches, and it's not like it's horror patches or anything like that, or Juggalo patches. It's like random stuff. They had SpongeBob, SquarePants. We'll get to it. Legos, and he sold a couple of those.
SpongeBob Legos.
Yeah, look, you'll see to the right. I think it's like whatever the was it Mega Block?
Oh, like the not Lego Legos, Mega Blocks.
Isn't that what this is? I don't know what this is.
I don't know. I didn't see it yet.
It's right there, SpongeBob.
Yeah, I couldn't make it out. You couldn't see a logo on the box. They don't look familiar to me.
Oh, I got it too big here. I got it in big screen so I can see all this stuff. And then there's this guy, the lamps guy. He sold these lamps too. I mean,
he's selling regular ass lamps.
No, he sold Gramps with lamps. It is because the guy always. Oh, good Lord. He always just. I get that you're elderly and stuff, but he always just closes down like when he's ready to go or he's ready to load in or load in out. He takes over the whole loading area. You aren't getting in. You aren't getting out. You're not loading in. You're not loading out. He's the only guy there.
I'm leaving.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. And you might as well just go and have a smoke break at that point because you're not going anywhere. This guy had a bazillion pops. Pops were hot. They did a lot of pop sales too.
Even with that big clearance sign, huh? Maybe that's why.
I think some of it was clearance. I don't know.
I don't know pops. It's just
the cans that Dom gets all worked up about.
I don't collect pops, and yet I still have like a dozen or plus around this.
Hey, see that guy waved? He was nice. A little horror stuff. People bought a lot of prints at this. That did pretty well. That's pretty much what the people look like. The guy in the Crocs there with the hat, that was like half the crowd. The other half the crowd looked like this dude we're about to roll up on here with the big beard.
The beard?
Yeah, I actually have a part 2 of that video, but I want to see what some of the chat has to say. The next video is way shorter. All in all is pretty good. Fancy bootlegs. Yeah, there's a lot of Yeah, they went to riots to SpongeBob.
The SpongeBob, yeah.
Okay, well, timeout. Okay, first off, Friday's crowd was a wee bit different than Sunday's crowd. Sunday's crowd was like, it's hard to. Well, maybe.
Wait, did I miss a waterbed?
Yeah, I don't know. The lamps would look nice next to waterbed. So I'll give you a little bit.
Or you got a waterbed and you like the lamp to add to your.
This was more of the Sunday crowd, like the guy over there at the beginning that's smoking.
Just casual, yeah.
Smoking in the middle.
What about the kid Hulk down there? They're just walking around in his Hulk.
Yeah, we had some kids. There's a bunch of kids. I was thinking about bringing the kids. I chose not to.
Well, Sunday is usually the family kind of
thing,
thing, right?
Hey, actually, this might have still been Friday. You see who that is? Right across the way.
He looks who?
Huh?
In that weird silver bodysuit.
Godfather. He dressed up as Papa Shango one day, the Godfather, and then apparently this guy
I missed the Godfather.
See him? He's right there.
I think the mannequin was messing me up.
Black, and he's all in the Papa Django thing on where the white table is. Right there. That's him. That's him as Papa.
Oh, I see him now. He's sitting down. That's because he was sitting down. That's why I see it now.
GMC guy's local, and he apparently was on some show where they find stuff. He's got a ton of paraphernalia. Here's the Steiner brothers. This is what they did most of the time they were there. Yes, they just sat on their phones all day long. Then they went to the picture area.
Did anybody go up and talk to them?
Sometimes, but they're quick with them. They're professionals.
Well, yeah, I mean, if nobody is going up and talking to them,
I went over to say hi to Scotty, and Scotty was like, I was like, "Hey, Scotty, you looking good?" He's like, "Yeah, thanks, guy." Didn't look up from his phone. Didn't care. I was like, "All right, what's up, Ricky? Kid's doing great."
Oh, ask him about. Is he gonna take the Steiner name? They're gonna stick him with Breaker.
That was a big talking point too. There, that was kind of crazy. Yeah, there's some interesting looking people. This was cool. This guy had like
a Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, there was some great stuff. Then there was one guy doing video games. This guy over here, doing, he was actually looking good.
I love it when you call me Big Pop.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking good for a guy who never looked up from his phone. You know, he seems like the guy who would always yell about millennials always being on their phone.
Old. What do you want?
Snyder did.
Dude, and missed the irony of it all. Oh, he's gonna be at what's it called? He's gonna be at ours.
Oh, dude, he's everywhere. I was gonna say Joe Rubenson's there.
Yeah, he'll be at ours. He'll be
fucking hilarious because he's an old man. Can you see what the sign says? I'll read it for you. And no joke, because he's hilarious. And at this point, I go, because we sold the Wolverine, the reprints, and I told him, like, why don't you go get the guy who made the character to sign it for you? It says first artist to draw Gambit, Elektra, the Infinity Gauntlet. So he has to put a sign there because he said people will look at the shit behind him and go like, "Oh, that's cool. Who drew it?" I'm like, really?
Meme.
He's so funny. He's like this old dude that just is hilarious. Like, he's crushed. Old. Jason Moore's next to him. The first thing fucking Joe does, Jason Moore's like sitting there like, "Hey, Joe, how's it going?" Joe's like, "Well, got to throw these things. Not that anybody's going to buy it, but in some bags," and hands a bunch of bags. And fucking Prince to Jason Moore like he's his assistant, dude. Because he's next to him.
Dude, the way you describe it reminds me so much. Rest in peace of Brian Augustine.
Yeah,
like a friendly guy, but behind this gruff, like old man exterior, you don't even know these comics. So
I was talking to him about that. There's Jason Moore. Actually, you know what? If you look, see, there's the Darth. There it is. The Darth Bane is right there. It came home with me today. So that's kind of cool. We had
sketch covers. Oh boy.
Yeah, we had what was his name? What was the name of it?
I gotta save some more money. Jeez, 50 for sketch covers.
That's actually
that's good. It's been 3 years I've been to a con, Marco. I'm rusty.
Yeah.
They were saying people were getting $60 and $80 for a signature. I was like, shit, I ain't giving you $80.
That was a beard that dude was rocking.
I'm not giving you $80. So there's a tattoo. That guy's just doing tattoos randomly in this place. What's up?
I was at a con in Philly where they did tattoos. Like, what the hell? They're doing tattoos here. That's where I met Jerry Lawler.
I never understood why radio stations with absolutely nothing come to cons.
Like, they had no clue what was going on there.
Who are you? Why do we care?
Those guys, all the non-Juggalo, not ICP, but the rest of the crew. See, now here we go. Getting down at the bar. The bar was hopping. Oh, another thing on the message board. Somebody was in the shitter, took a shit. Toilet paper on the message board. Like, I'm in the shitter in between bar 1 and 2.
Can you bring me toilet paper?
Yeah.
For sure. And then afterwards, I think somebody brought him a Kleenex box and they said thank you for the Kleenex box.
I'm in the stall where there's a sticker that says "You
Yeah,
some bitch."
no. Yeah, Arthur's the best, bro. No. Arthur's my cat, dude. Don't even ask. Don't even ask. And yes, I did. That Arthur's such a dude that Arthur was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Yo, man, why are you dragging your luggage? Let me just like all his stuff." I carried it out for him. Me and him. He's like, "It's warm out here." I was like, "Yeah, dude, it's Michigan, but we get good air. You know, it's warm every once in a while." Arthur's it. Actually, Daggett trades a lot of. He's got a lot of Sudan books, and then he like does trade offs. So he actually got some OE from him, a bunch of SIGs, which is
Tyler Maine for Saber.
That's the Vampire Girl. That's her right there. That was Vampire Girl. She had like.
I missed her.
I think I saw the back. Enough to see.
Well, there's Danhausen right there in between, but
I see. He's a little peeking out.
Yeah, he's looking good.
I saw Tyler Maine.
Here we go. Do we get it? Not her. Not that guy.
Yeah, because I said there's Tyler Maine.
She's
She got a mohawk.
The mic. That thing that looked like a vampire was a vampire. This guy, here comes up this guy. Here, we'll see him real quick. Scott Hall, they showed up. They were like
Scott Hall, not Scott Hall.
Or not Scott, Kevin Nash. 6 was X-Pac is great. Peter Dante. Peter Dante spent more time outside doing bong hits and then laughing around with little kids.
Peter Dante. Why do I know that name?
Dante, go back. He's the guy from all the Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, that's his. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy right there. That guy. Yeah.
I got it.
So the guy next to him, they had the Super Trooper guy next to him, right? And the Super Trooper guy next to him after Peter Dante leaves. By the way, not in a bad way. He was like Peter Dante was cool. He was fun as hell. But the guy next to him, the two down had said,
"Oh, wait, I was say Judge Reinhold is next."
Yeah. And he didn't have the undershirt for it, but he definitely had the fast food like outfit going on. A little tight. Who are we criticizing? You know what I mean? So this guy, Eric, whatever his name is, Stock Holden.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, dude, only
from Super Troopers.
One was always Super Troopers. One was always high, and one was just remembering his name." And he wasn't wrong. I mean, that's kind of the truth of it. Like, but the guy I really liked and everything else. So that was that part. And then I have one little last. Oh, this is.
Yeah, who knows? We'll get a strike somehow for that.
So this is some more of the toy stuff that was going on there.
I
think we're going to see for those people. Oh, hey, why? What's wrong with Arthur and McClay? I think we're going to see more Arthur in this video. Arthur and McClay don't get along.
I guess McClay doesn't like. I don't know. Sudam? Soidam?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sudan.
I don't know how to say his name.
Sudam. I actually know how because he said Sudam.
Okay, Sudam. I do have a Red Sonja AF 15 homage he did that I'm going to sell on my whatnot.
Eric, tell us the story. Why is he? Why are those two not?
Eric, I did try to find you to get you out of timeout, but I didn't know how.
Do you guys like this? This is called the Mad Max filter.
What is it? Why is everything blue?
This is Mad Max filter. No, is this the Mad Max filter? This might not be the Mad Max filter. This is
what the hell does blue have to do with Mad Max?
I couldn't see because of the smoke. No, well, because of the smoke on this day. This is a different day. It was pretty heavy in here, so you could. It was. So that's okay. There are the pop cans. So this is kind of. So I was going around while I was doing this. Right after this, I had gone around and I did the eye rub thing.
And then Midwesterners and your pop cans pop.
I'm talking to Daggett. I'm talking to Daggets.
Mm-hmm.
And I start seeing fucking rainbows come out of the one side. And then I'm like, yo,
rainbows.
People are talking, but I hear nothing. This is amazing. I don't hear nothing. I don't okay, I see Joe. Yeah, now
what's that?
Anyways, I was like, all right, cool. So I went to the truck and I hung out in the truck. And I came back in and I was like, what's up? And they're like, what's good? And I was like, yo, it's like, man, I think I touched something and whatever. You know, I took some ibuprofen and drank a bunch of water. I had to. And I was like, sorry, man, gone for like 20 minutes. They're like, no, you're gone for like 2 hours, bro. I was like, oh, he's had a good time. He's had a good time. So there you go. But watch your hands. Make sure you're washing your stuff. whatever. Ah, that stinks that it would say, I got to tell you, he's a very nice guy, Joe. And whatever. I don't know. I don't know who forgot the deal on that story, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, if he wants me to, the next time I see him, I'll definitely put in a good word, maybe get him an extra something. He treated us very well, anyways. All right, so there's lots of pops. I was just testing this filter out. A lot of that stuff. So here's now their main section because they put it on. Yeah, this is like you could buy these T-shirts. I put this for Kyle because he likes this type of Juggalo stuff.
Yeah. Well, I like T-shirts, but I'm not.
Yeah, but it's all that was like when you walked in. This is all the Juggalo.
I am a T-shirt fan.
Juggalo section or whatever. This is what they were selling for. People knew who these people were. I unfortunately did not.
What?
They're nice though.
Or the T-shirts.
Well, the guy selling it, the T-shirt, they know like everything. It's like a like this really was like, even like the chat thing was like a concert. So this is actually the part after I guess Paul's Pops is like the part where it's the guy from.
Why does everything look backwards?
Because it for some reason when I did the editor, it flipped it around backwards.
Oh, okay.
I'm figuring it out.
That's what I was wondering when you had those. You like picked up some Spider-Man figures. I'm like,
dude, this is what I'm telling you about.
The McDonald's, the duck thing.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, the bird. Actually, so you'll see like that's where in the background maybe you can't, but in the background that's the TMNT was there. He had some carded wrestlers and stuff too.
I see. Cool. Yeah, the LJN, the little guys.
Yeah, the LJN. So this is the guy who this stuff right here was actually the guy from the Twisted guy, the bigger one of the two. This is like his booth.
The little Twistix, for the baggie. I know. I'm just.
But they had a bunch of those big Halloween costumes for the original monsters. Those sold pretty well, like the Frankenstein, but there was other ones too. I was disappointed because they were pretty reasonably priced. I should have bought them. It's more detailed, but I don't want to misspeak. All right, Eric, I appreciate that. Thank you. So the problem when you look at not Scotty, but when you look at Ricky, yo man, like all those Frankensteiners, he's like compact and crushed. It kind of stinks. They have some cool stuff here. I was actually surprised more of this didn't sell because you'd figure it's their stuff and it's right up their alley, but we got to figure out how to flip this around. I'll work more on editing. But we're going to go by Arthur's stuff here in a minute. I don't know where we are going to go by Arthur's stuff, but I think that's pretty much, I mean, for the most part, it was a really cool con. It was busy all 3 days.
It looks like it was a lot of fun.
It was. And to be honest, the first day, at least Friday, wasn't there on Saturday, but Friday, the people were amazing. There's a couple, actually, there's more vendors that got out of control because of the open bar than actual people there. People were actually in pretty good shape. Some of the vendors, though, like, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you were doing, you got a little
They got a little wild?
Yeah, a little crazy. A little wild and crazy over there, man. They had a good time. So I was surprised at how many people were trying to sell poke. Sunday it actually worked because a lot of kids came in there, but that guy had video cassettes too. I got to get closer up. I was shooting this far away, apparently. I was trying not to look. That's what gives me that Blair Witch thing is when I looked all the time. Oh, the Ghostbusters were there. They also had a cosplay for, I think, Wonder Woman.
What do you mean the Ghostbusters were there?
The group, the Ghostbuster, like, the group.
They had they have a group that Arizona has too.
Hey, Dirk Manning, for some reason, this is the first con I've seen Dirk Manning not dressed up as Dirk Manning, the character Dirk Manning, not the artist Dirk Manning.
It's Rex Manning Day. I know it's not the same thing, but
you worked with him, Zaggy? He was nice to me. I don't know what you guys are doing. Maybe you guys should be better, I guess. He probably doesn't want to hear all the jokes, the dirty jokes you tell, Zaggy. I know, Zaggy, if that's it. Okay. Everybody can have a different opinion because you know me. I don't have the best reputation with some artists. Neil Adams.
Whoa. Time out.
Neil Adams. Dog shit.
Neil Adams is the nicest guy. What are you talking about, Marco?
Envy the very no, are you kidding me?
No, I've met him and yes, he's a nice dude.
Oh, did you give him money?
Once? Why?
That's why he was nice to you.
Oh, get out of here.
Go talk to Neil Adams and don't give him money. See how nice he is. Just don't do
Really?
it after he goes to the bathroom because he don't wash his hands.
Oh damn!
Yeah, no, flat up. It's well known. Well known.
I did not know that. I also didn't know he was a mean guy. He's like a kind old grandpa.
He's not mean. He's just very. I don't know. He's a jerk.
Abrupt about his business. Oh well.
Oh, he hates the normal people and not buying his stuff. I'm not a normal person. Zag. Okay, well, I don't know. He seemed everybody. That it's funny because like the 4 people that ran into him too that didn't know anything, he was nice to. Like actually, the lady who was the health inspector, the young lady, she even said she's like, "Oh, I've met him before. His name's Arthur. He's so nice." I think maybe Zag. I think sometimes I get you and I like you, buddy, but I think sometimes maybe your humor just doesn't pull. You know what I mean?
Some people have that type where their humor just doesn't.
Oh my god, dude! He attacked.
Thank you, BK. Thank you, BK.
He hates veterans.
Thank you, BK.
He's
How do you,
very rude.
Marco,
Hates
you
veterans.
can't just say these things without telling the story. What's the story?
I've told the story 100 times. I get hate mail because of the story. I really do.
All right, tell me later, because I've never heard this story.
The time
if I know that Neil Adams hate, I wouldn't have. No,
okay, real quickly. Neil Adams, and this isn't the first time he's done it, but the easiest story I can explain is this because it's the one that's the most egregious. I keep showing that. I must have really liked it because I eventually bought this thing. So, Neil Adams at Motor City Comic-Con, there's a veteran that I know, a disabled veteran, lost a leg. He's over there. Neil Adams, their favorite artist, just like you, loves him. Talks to Neil Adams up. Goes, Neil, you need some help? Neil says, yeah, whoever the kid was that he's supposed to have paid or whatever didn't show up or whatever. The guy helps Neil Adams, just like does his whole loadout. And Neil is a very particular person. I don't have that problem with him. Want stuff done a certain type of way, especially I was getting stuff. Don't have that type of problem.
All right.
Vet tells him how he made a difference in his life, tells him how a comic book did, blah, 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 this, that, the other thing. That's what he read when he was, after he blew the leg off, or it wasn't the whole leg, but yeah, okay. Whole 9 yards, right? Neil knows it. Whole day goes on. Now, when the story gets ended, Neil he has set up 90% of Neil's stuff for him. Okay. Now, mind you, Neil does pay people. These guys that he goes to the LCS, he does usually pay them or whatever, from what I hear.
I know a person who he does pay that she does.
If you get enough sales, you get a percentage of the sales. I get that. This guy, he didn't pay to get the tickets into this con. He didn't give this guy anything. So the guy at the end takes his cell phone and says, hey, Neil, you mind just get a quick pic with you? Neil goes, no problem. Takes the pic. Neil Adam, after the pic goes, that'll be $35.
Oh.
Yeah. After this dude helps him set up and do all these things for him, $35.
Yeah, there's no redeeming that. What if it was one bad day?
I mean, I got more stories, but that's the one. That's the one that I'll say that, and because I witnessed it, that's the one where that one hurt. Like that actually hurt.
Yeah,
like,
that's
that one. I mean, that dude. I mean, the guy. He was like, I was like, you want me to say something? He's like, no. I was like, I would delete that shit. But I mean, I took care of the dude with some other stuff on the, secretly, like.
Did you pay $35?
He gave him $35. Hell yeah, he did.
Wow.
What if he didn't? Neil get him thrown out?
No. This dude was in such shock. He didn't even know what to do. He's like,
well, no, I'm speculating in case he said,
oh no, nothing would have happened because I was right there. Like, I joke around a lot of time with the fake anger with the Moon Knights, but I was heated.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened.
I was heated. So
if he said no, it would have just been no.
I went, oh man, no. And he's like, I go, why the fuck did you pay him $35? And Neil could hear everything I said. Why the fuck did you pay him $35? He's like, well, I didn't.
He asked.
I didn't. I go, you shouldn't have paid that man a fucking dollar. You should go over there. He pays people to do what you just did for him. You should go over there and ask him to pay you back double what you just paid him. You want me to go say something? Because I'll say. And he was just, you could tell though, like there's a point where like
A dude's
Yeah, you don't want
broken.
that.
You don't
Especially
wanna get
somebody.
that.
It's about somebody you like. You don't want that.
Yeah. So he's like, he was disappointed about it. The guy, he
They
said,
said, "Don't meet your
yeah.
heroes."
Like 2 weeks later, he's like, man, I thought about deleting it. I was like, yo, don't delete the picture, man. But like,
No,
but I mean, there's other things like the peeing in the towel thing, and like he like, you know, he at one point had told everybody like, why is there so many people in this bathroom? I thought it was mine, and it was like, no, it's like for all the like, you ain't like, you're big, but you ain't big enough to get your own bath. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't too. He ended up taking over. There's a guy, I'm not gonna say who it is. He's passed away now. A great artist. If you've ever seen some of the original art that I have from the Captain America stuff, he was one of the pencilers for that. Neil decided that Neil didn't have enough table space, so he decided to take over that dude's table, and then had said something to the effect of, well, he's not really going to sell much anyways.
Wow. Okay, I get where you're. Okay, point taken.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's a dick move.
Yeah, I mean, he's done some dick moves. Like,
there you go. He can be a dick.
Over people's faces, like stuff behind the scenes that people don't typically see. So I don't like. I mean, like, look, I'm not trying to drag the dude through the mud. I don't care.
No, we don't want to do that.
I really don't.
But when now I get why when I said what you don't like Neil, I get some reasons why. Okay, it might be an acquired taste to put it lightly. Okay.
Leftover. This ain't this year. By the way, this is like a 10-year-old story. These are like decade-old stories I'm telling here. You know, it's not like he just did it when he turned 80.
To be fair, he might have got nicer in his old age.
BK, he was not joking. The one thing I know about Neil Adams is he don't joke much. You must never met him. He ain't a jokester. So
if he was only joking, then he wouldn't have taken the money.
Yeah. Yeah, people do. I mean, people buy it. You ain't gonna catch me buying nothing off the dude. But
anyway,
I get it. Anyways, so now we told the Neil story to try to ruin people's day. Let's get 5 comics in 5 minutes. Then let's do.
Let's just hold the other stuff. We can do it. Yeah, we don't have to do Forgotten First this week, but we'll do 5 in 5 minutes because we're almost at 3 hours. So.
Whoa! Yeah.
I'm on a silk run though.
Packed show today.
It was more than packed. We didn't even get to everything we had ready.
What? How does that story even say elder abuse?
Elder abuse.
Elder abuse.
You say Marco's saying hate your seniors.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm gonna
run the thing so I can get ready.
You want people like that? You know why they're mad? I'm just saying. Oh my god.
We're running.
All right, go, run it.
Okie dokie. Are we ready to do 5 comics in 5 minutes?
You know it. Is it elephant heavy?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad this week.
It's elephant heavy. It's not too bad.
I'm not going to you guys probably get it by now. We're just going to talk about 5 comics in 5 minutes. These are things of note for the week, as we've kind of gotten into already. There weren't a lot of new books this week to really kind of catch your eye or attention to go rushing to your LCS. No Wednesday Warrior books really for you this week. So it's going to be a different list. Plus, a lot of the things that are selling are things that have been selling the last week or two. So I don't want to be.
By the way, people are looking for that G.I. Joe book. Go ahead. Anyways, go. We'll talk about
G.I. Joe book. Anyway, we're going to start the clock now and start with our first book. Ready and go. All right. Our first book is our big ticket item. I hemmed and hawed on which one to cover, but this 9.8 Avengers 57 first appearance of Vision. I felt like I had to put it in here because it was $35,000.
Wow. I mean,
$35,000, which I think might have been a high for this book.
This book was, this book.
And it's an odd time for this book to be,
That's what I'm saying. This is a legit. This is a good sale because it's like, I don't know if it's legit. By the way, thank you to everybody. Out of World Comics. Is that what Out of This World Comics? Thank you for responding. He did a buy. If you guys are buying or selling any of these books, let us know so we can verify it. But you too, Darth Lopez. Great sale last weekend. I think. Check out the Star Wars show. Yeah, 35,000. Great book. I can't believe how many times I overlooked this book because I don't like Vision and I thought it's a stupid character and this book sucked. Not in a 9.8, but in general.
All right, that was our big ticket sale. I thought about a first Doctor Doom, like a 7.5, but we moving on. This book is a repeat.
We'll hit you.
This next book is a repeat, but I have to mention it. This Sandman Nightmare Country one, this Frizzen book, it just won't stop. I mean, right now it's selling for $425, $426 at auction.
Wow.
Where you can see the jump from just April 20th, 300, 315, 229. Like it was 230 a week ago. Now it's 425. Like this thing is still going up. It's expensive.
You think $35K for a 9/8 too high, but this book is selling for $425. You tell me which one's
that's the market we are in.
It is what it is. Go ahead.
You talked about Evil Ernie. I thought Marco was crazy when he talked about Evil Ernie. I was like, what are you bringing up Evil Ernie for? Who the hell is talking about Evil Ernie?
Bro.
But you look at the sales. These are sales this week. $345, $585 raw, $799 for a 9.4. Just to put that 9.4 into perspective, earlier in the month, $650, $665. And that $650 is part of a lot with a whole bunch of other books, by the way. So $800, that's a decent jump in price for Evil Ernie. And that's a 9.4. That's not even a 9.8. That's a 9.4 price.
Yeah, sweet book. Is it really that good? Astro, for that type of book and for this many weeks out since it's been, yes, he's talking about the last book we had for the Frizen cover. I think for it to hold or actually go up, it's actually a pretty good price.
It's like been 3 weeks now, and it's still a 1 in 100, obviously, but still, it's 4 times ratio. That's kind of crazy. And we've talked about it before earlier in the show at the con recon, the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider #1. I was like, what the hell is Marco's pitching me these books? I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm in these streets, bro.
I know you're saying it from the street, and even not even just the street. This was a surprise mover because again, there's more than 30 sales this last week, including 9.6, $180, $40, $350, $360 for a 9.8. A lot of like raws will be all over the place. There's a lot of this book out there. So
somebody got deals. I mean, I'm telling you, on the con floor, somebody was getting deals, dude. They're getting deals for this book because it's cheaper.
Even 30+ sales over a week. That's a decent number for a lot of these books when we talk about them, for things to be moving. I mean, I know Cover Price, they have a whole section where they talk about books like these are the week's biggest movers, and these are books that only move like 30 copies and plus, And a lot of them are new releases, which I don't really count because new releases they're going to sell online because some people don't have it.
Who does this now? What did you say now?
A Cover Price, the Vos thing. I don't mind talking about other sites and things like that. It's a good price resource.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is when you're out there, you can let them know. And this is one where, man. By the way, the 9.6 isn't that a newsstand? Not that it matters.
No, I don't think it is. I think it could be. No, it's got the Spidey head. That's a Spidey head. Oh, but for our last book, and this is going to be our one to watch, which we usually reserve for like a newer book for the week, but I want to put this one as more of a public service announcement. We've touched on this one a little earlier today. Don't buy this. I don't care who's selling it.
Please buy 2 more copies of this.
No, don't buy it for market. You could find it for cover price or less in your shop. Yes, go ahead, buy it. But
no, on
who
eBay.
in the hell is paying $140 for 2?
Yeah. Not me.
I wish I sold it. I mean, I didn't get that much yet, but like, let's go. More.
You want to see something else? Best offer on a single issue, $199. Somebody paid $200 for this book.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
There's nothing for you. What are you going to do with this?
If Dark Lopez could sell trash books, I can sell trash books too.
What are you going to do with the $200 first El Muerto? What are you going to do with it? What do you think it's going to go up? You think it's going to be a $400 book? There's all these.
Just wait till it makes the weekend hot 10 list. By the way, I would sell this before it makes the hot 10 list. Just like
I think it's going to be there if it isn't already. But that's because it's selling. I mean, it is selling. I'm not. If you have it, sell it. I'm saying. If you have it, sell it.
I am verifying this book.
We're in overtime. We went over our time. But if you have it, sell it.
Yeah. So, all right. Out of that, Astro Wizard. If you aren't following Astro Wizard, make sure you do. He just had posted a sketch cover. It's kind of cool. It's very what do they call it? Street.
Like the graffiti style,
really, but
yeah. That Boba Fett.
It's really cool. So make sure you're checking his stuff out. That's good stuff. But yeah, I mean, oh my god. Okay, sure. All right.
These are the all Mexican pesos coming across the border, buying all these books for $150, $200.
It is what it. I mean, it's. You can't deny that selling, but at the same time, somebody's spending money.
Anybody can do it with the little bit of anybody can do it. You can see eBay sales. You can look over the last 3 days how this thing went from $3 2 days ago to $150. And you ask yourself, does that make sense? Is this a good idea? Probably isn't. Don't
Stop
let it be
trying
your
to
money.
make my sales, dickhead. Yes, for you people in the chat, for the people watching this, don't buy that shit ass.
Don't buy it.
For $1.
But if you have it, sell it. Sell it to whoever the hell will buy it because
Yeah, sell it. You should have it listed. It should have.
make that
If
money.
you have this book, it better be listed.
Yeah,
Us
sell it
telling
now.
you that it should be listed, it should have already been listed.
There's no regrets in selling. Oh, can I get this back? Am I ever gonna be? Will I ever get a first El Muerto back? You get it back. You can get it back if you need it for your collection.
This is what
sell it now.
This is all day. This is literally all day has been going on between this.
Sell your El Muertos. Sell your pregnant spider women. Whatever you got.
There we go. There's the spider women, there's the Malverte. There's some more. That's the Jedi Tales of the Jedi gone.
Yo, Tales of the Jedi. We'll get to that on Sunday too. Yes, sell them if you got them.
Wow. There we
Sell
are.
it. Just
do not
buy from me first.
Spend your money.
Yeah, spend your money.
Public service announcement. We're not here to pump books to tell you how to go spend your money. We're telling you how to save your money.
I'm telling you right now, good investment is buying dumb books. All right.
This has been your Rennavision PSA.
Lots of money
for today.
All right.
And if you want to hear a funny story about a purchase, go check out Chasing Ghosts, where I tell you about how not to treat buyers on eBay.
Oh, really? I'm going to go check that out right now.
You didn't. I thought we were going to talk about it today because I thought you were going to ask me about it.
What? Let me ask you about it. What are you saying?
Dude was shaking me down.
What are you saying now? Who now? Was it Neil Adams?
I'm not giving the name of the seller.
Wow.
Again, I talked about it during the video. I'm not giving the name of the seller. Basically, I was doing my Chasing Ghosts video. I was researching books. I saw a couple of books I liked. I said, hey, this guy's got copies of both these books. He's got them listed for $16.99 a piece. They were Gotham Academy's numbers 5 and 6. I'm going to make best offer prices because he has best offer. I'm going to make offers on these books. I made offers on issues 5 and 6 because I wanted to save on the shipping. Come Monday, offers declined. I go back to counter. Do you know what he did?
What? Blocked you?
He listed them for $36.99.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked him, hey,
that's the price
what's with the price jump?
Yeah.
I was like,
you asked?
I sent him a message. I was like, hey, what's with the price jump? Is it because I was interested in these books? Because you didn't counter. And he just said, I'm like, because I'll pay the $16.99 if that's what you want. That you had up yesterday. That's fine. He's like, no, well, there's a lot of interest in this book, and it's been selling for crazy prices.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Well, see, he just didn't realize that you know your stuff.
No. Well, I'm just saying, a lot of interest, crazy prices. I will refute that in two ways. One, issue 5 hasn't sold in the last 3 months, apart from the copy that I bought immediately after I told this guy I was out, that I paid $20 with free shipping for. And there's copies cheaper than that. That's the only copy that's sold. The other copy for issue 6, only one copy sold over the last 3 months, and it sold for a whopping $10. Those are some crazy prices, aren't they? Crazy prices for him to more than double the asking price the day before on my best offer.
Why?
Granted, they were asking prices higher. I get it. Higher asking prices.
Right.
But come on, you don't do that to somebody who just made you an offer. It's not like I came in off the street. And if there were other interested parties, as the claim was to be, why didn't they buy the books? Because you know what happened after I said, well, I'm not buying these. I'm out. He delisted both of them.
Of course he did.
Didn't sell either of them. All these interested parties who were banging down the door for these books. I need the book. I need the book. Give it to me. All of this interest that somehow showed up between Sunday night when I made an offer and Monday morning when he declined my offer and more than doubled the price. Where did they go? So he either sold this shit off of eBay, which is in my video, I put a lot of work into my editing too. I put a little of Babu with the no. Anyway, I know I shouldn't be complaining about it anymore.
No, you are perfectly valid to complain about that. You are perfectly valid.
Don't treat buyers like that.
That's just nasty business.
Shitty thing to do.
I agree, but you wasted more time than I would have spent. As soon as he upped the price, I'm out. Like,
no, I just emailed. I was like, well, I'll just send him the message. Like, what's with the price jump? I made you an offer. All right, I'll buy it for your full price then.
What you should have done was start to make what you should have done if you really wanted to be a jerk is just start making random number prices on all his crap, like all of it. Because
I thought about it. I didn't think about that. I'm not that vindictive. I don't want to be vindictive about it. No, dude, it's not cool. That's all.
As much time as it would have taken to do something like that, you knew what his answer was. You just wanted him to say he's a jerk off. Instead of doing that, you should have just treated him like a jerk off. If you're going to be a jerk off, you treat it like a jerk off. It's okay. Look,
You're being the bigger person, but I wouldn't have done that.
I like it better when the jerk off knows that they're a jerk off, and they know that I know that they're a jerk off, but they're just too ashamed to admit.
Yeah, but
they're a jerk
eventually they will, because they'll be like, oh shit, he knows I'm a jerk off. So now he's got me on like 20,000. Yeah, and then the guy's just got delist because he's not gonna be smart enough just to block you, right? Like,
I don't give a
if
shit if he blocks me. I'm not gonna buy anything from him anyway.
No, I'm saying he wouldn't have been smart enough to block you in the first place.
I'm hoping he's watching this right now, so you can feel appropriately bad. I could tell everybody your name, but I'm not going to.
Text me his name. I'm probably talking shit about it. I probably know who it is.
You probably do. They have a lot of followers, like a big following, a lot of feedback. So that's why I'm surprised they get away with
Moon Knight shows up here. This is longer than he shows up on his own show. It's amazing.
Who's that?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's here.
1, 2. Oh, that's more than he showed up on his own show. Very good job. All right. Yeah, that's not. Why would you do that?
No, I didn't mention Marco's name, but you know what? I have my own name as my name, so if he knows my channel, then he knows who I am. I should have a more generic name.
I think you sent me a screenshot of something to do with that.
Maybe.
And I was like, oh, I didn't follow the whole story on that. Why didn't you do that in the chat talk? Now I'm going back to find out who this dude is, and I'm going to see if I can call him out by name.
No. I didn't put it. I didn't screenshot any names.
You didn't screenshot names of who the guy was?
No, not for what I shared. I did have shared it. I shared the quote response back that I got to me with the crazy prices and a lot of interest.
Not even a private chat. You didn't send that?
No.
Private?
I could if I needed to. I still have it.
Send it to me so I can see who it is.
But
I definitely know who it is. All right,
it is what it is. All I know is that was kind of shitty thing to do. But
yeah,
I don't care. Like I said, I bought the one book for cheaper than I would have paid for it buying it from him anyway.
Yeah. Well, he didn't. Look, the one thing I always say is like, don't get FOMO, selling FOMO. Like everybody's always like, oh, it's all about FOMO. Yeah, don't get selling FOMO. And like, that's like, okay, somebody's interested. What you gonna do now? Now you're gonna sit on it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean? Like you had guaranteed money. Now you pulled them, or you're getting no money because you're going to hope to get more money later.
Now you have nothing, all because you got caught in a
yeah. And maybe even if he did recognize, do you think he knew who you were, Pete? Is that what you
maybe that's the only thing I could guess of why he would up the price. Because if there were other interested parties, then those offers would have been accepted. Right.
Well. What does it say, Pete? We know this is a fact. We've already had to address that issue on the Star Wars show because somebody got out of pocket. I don't know if he just didn't, he didn't change his diaper or whatever, but he got out of pocket last week. I mean, you can't. What you don't even read comics and you don't know what's in them, and then you have I should say, I think he has now calmed himself down, so we should let him get back to.
Who are you complaining about now?
The guy who decided that he was going to take a shot at Ghost. Put out.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I did. I mean,
as I said, I do what I do because I like doing what I do.
And that's what I was like. I
give you guys information. You do what you want. Like, I'm telling you what I do.
The whole comment was out of pocket, and why are you gonna put a notification for that? Like, it was like, yo, buddy, listen, guy. Hey, come on now.
Yeah. Apart from that, and then you guys go. And plus, you can't use census numbers as any sort of relevance to. Well, the census numbers on this one are different. Like. Who cares?
Oh, the whole con was laughing at it. I put up the comments, and so everybody started laughing, and we started. So then it just became like this big, The sad part is like I've been honest about what that product is, and never really knocked it. I've just been honest about okay, and then okay. We know you know you watch our content and you take it. We don't even have a problem with that much. We just trying to talk some shit.
I think eventually people will realize they can also just subscribe to like Deadline Hollywood for themselves, and they don't need to pay for an app to tell them the same alerts.
Oh yeah, well I also think I think that's part. I think part of the problem is that the poll has lost, right? Like that was another big talking point. Like you used to when you would know when a notification would go off because it would move the needle. You can't be wrong with that.
Like
it still does, though. It still moves
not like
forward.
it used to. It makes a $3 book a $4 book like that, or well, it's not a $3 book. It makes a 99-cent book a $4 book. Like you used to get like $100 out of it. You know, it used to be good.
I don't know.
We're doing good, Wizard.
cares?
Just saving lives against evil. Well, if you're saving, that's why you don't have enough time to show up on the show. I get it. He's actually doing real superhero work. Moon Knight, can I ask you a question? Would you be upset if they actually had you as a superhero on a show with your name as the title? That's what I want to answer. All right. I appreciate everybody. Hey, guys, seriously, though, I want to thank Daggett's comments once again because it was great. Everybody at Astronomicon, the Twisted guys were great hosts there, too. Danhausen, nice cat. Very nice dude. You guys were great. So was pretty much everybody except for the Steiner Brothers was disappointing.
Everybody wants the Steiner Brothers.
It's just, you're disappointing, especially for being from this great state. Thank everybody in the chat. You guys made it fun. I know everybody sat through the tirade. We let go a little extra. We will give you a final surmise of Moon Knight. Hopefully, Corbin will be able to watch. I doubt he will, but
yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me just be real frank about Moon Knight. I've been catching every episode like late since we've been doing it, and with each one, I've not been encouraged to catch the next one on time. Like I've been trying to stay out of it because I don't like to be negative. Nancy, I like the dynamic between.
You can join negative Nancy. It won't sway me.
I like the dynamic that y'all have between like a point counterpoint between Marco negative and but like if I was to tune in, like no, I've not liked the direction it's gone. I've not been a big fan, and it's not encouraging me to watch. So then later on, by the time I get to it, it's late, and then I watch it. Like I'll watch it tonight probably, and I know for a fact I'm not going to be excited to watch the finale. You know what I mean? So that's just how I've been.
Maybe you won't be. All right. Well,
just imagine you're watching an episode of Legion. You'll be good.
Hopefully, you guys like the little con walk around too.
Okay. That was nice. No, you're right, P. I'm gonna try it. And
this one in particular, it's got that.
It gave me some major FOMO. Oh, this one specifically. That's what I mean. Like each episode's been. That's my last thought on it. I'm watching Moon Knight, but I have to pretend I'm watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. I have to pretend like I'm watching Legion. Like, am I watching Moon Knight or am I watching different other shows thugh the lens?
We don't know what Moon Knight is.
We're 5 episodes in of 6 episodes, and we still don't know.
End it. He just.
All right, fine.
All right. Anyways, I want to appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure you're checking out Ghost. Make sure you're checking out all the great content here. Sunday is going to be great. We're actually going to give you kind of like a casting thing for what we feel.
Story selection.
Yeah, what we feel the stories of
anthology stories.
Yeah, the anthology.
There it is. Word of the day.
Yeah, the anthology should be. So come in, check out Star Wars on Sunday. It'll be live once again. Appreciate everybody there. Appreciate everybody at the con. Everybody was cool there. All you. And appreciate the new subs too. Thank you for subbing.
Absolutely.
And out some cards. We had some people on it. Great talking to everybody. Legion. All right, let's go, Pete.
We're out.